Welcome to Ocean Chicks Films.
Hey!
All right, we are live.
We are live. Okay, let's switch over comments. Let's put the banner up.
We are live.
Comments. Okay, here we go. Hi, guys. How's it going? We've got people here already.
All right, awesome.
Yeah. Hey, Philip. Hey, Spinnaker. Hello, Eric. Oh, it's all different people.
Awesome.
How's everybody doing this fine, lovely Mother's Day weekend? How you doing, Ryan?
Doing pretty good. I'm glad you invited me on to watch this because I haven't watched it since it came out, like last year.
Cool. That's cool. Yeah. I saw it once before too. So you liked it though, right?
I did like it. It was in my, I think it was in my top 20 last year, I believe.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I really enjoyed it.
Pretty gruesome though, hey?
It definitely a step up from the first one.
Yeah, for sure. I didn't mind that it was long either. I was okay with it.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Anyway, I guess I shouldn't spoil it or say anything in case people don't have it. But
exactly.
So yeah, for everybody, if you want to watch, I'm watching it on Tubi. You said you're watching it on Prime?
Yeah, Prime Video, it's free.
On Prime, okay.
Yeah.
And otherwise, I'm sure it's probably everywhere by now, actually.
Yeah, it's on physical, but the physical I came with didn't have a digital code. That's what I was looking for I came on here, and I was like, it's on Prime, but it didn't come with a digital code. So
gotcha. Okay, yeah. Gotcha. When was it? Okay, so I went on your show like a year ago.
I think something like that.
Yeah, it was like crazy. That was such a long time ago. This is way too long in the making doing this live stream for sure. But we were just talking about how busy we've gotten with YouTube. Hey,
it's a lot, man. I mean, just like reviews in general. Like a lot of times, I'm doing like 3-4 videos a week, so
right,
it's a lot of editing and putting up and everything. Like a lot of people don't understand. Like with YouTube, like. People go, oh, well, you haven't watched this movie and this movie, and I'm like, yeah, I'm too busy doing the new movies that people are watching,
yeah,
to get to it all. But I try to find a balance, and then me, like, I'm also like besides YouTube, I watch a lot of sports too, so
okay,
I'm busy with a lot of stuff.
You have children too.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, so I mean, right there, that like, and you work too. You work
full time.
Oh gosh, yeah. I can't even comprehend it.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah. Well, how many uploads do you do a week? If you're on a good week?
Usually 3 to 4, usually at least. I try to record a lot of stuff in advance if I can, but you don't always have that time to do it. But there have been days that I've done like 3 or 4 videos and I'll just edit one a day or something like that, depending on what it is. So it just depends. So that's why, like, when I try to record reviews, I try to limit the mistakes as much as possible, so less editing.
Right.
So
yeah, but you do editing too. Yeah, it's so crazy. Yeah. Well, you do reviews of everything.
Try to.
You're like on top of everything. You are.
Yeah.
My mind is blown. When you do it, do you do a lot of like written notes and stuff, or you just like can go for it?
It varies. It varies. Yeah. Sometimes I'll write a few things down. Sometimes I don't write nothing, and I'll just whatever comes to mind.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. The only thing that is pretty much, like when I'm reading like the synopsis and the actors or something, obviously I'll have that written down or something.
Right.
But like,
and do you mangle the names the way that I do?
Not
all the time.
So I am kind of really like, how should I put it? I try to be as accurate as possible. Like sometimes if I don't know the name, I'll try to go on one of those pronunciation things. Like
I do that too.
The name. So I'll try to do that, but you can't always find the name for that person too. Like if it's something where it's like a big like foreign name and I know I'm gonna mess it up, I'm like, I'll just put it in a description, guys. You can read the name.
Right. You know what I do sometimes too? I'll look for a past interview the person's done, but sometimes people do interviews and they don't say the person's name.
That's true too.
I'm like, wait, say the name. Say that person's name. They're avoiding it too, right? Because they don't know how to say it either, probably.
Yep, exactly.
So Spinnaker saying, it's my first time here. I'm here to see how it works. Okay, cool. Awesome. Yeah, absolutely. Echo is in the house. Echo, how's it going, man? And Jonas. Hi, Jonas.
What's up?
Rob. How's it going, Rob? Rob's a fellow Canadian of mine.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, there are a couple of us that come from Canada, so that's pretty cool. I'm learning.
Is it cold there or no?
Oh, it's my fan is running in the background because it's so hot right now. It's crazy. So it's hot. Okay. How about you?
It's warm here. It's Florida.
Oh, you're in Florida. Why did I think you were in New York?
Nope. Oh no, I've never visited New York in my life.
No.
I mean, I'm originally from Maryland, so maybe that's where like you got that vibe.
Maybe. I don't know. Do you like Florida?
I like the warm weather.
Yeah.
I guess sometimes I wish I had a little bit of change of season.
Okay.
You know, it wouldn't be bad to see snow once in a while, but people wouldn't be able to drive here with snow, so it wouldn't do us any good.
Right. That's the thing with Victoria. It's pretty constant as well, but we do get a little bit of snow, usually like a week, and the whole city shuts down because they're not used to it, and then that's it. Because I'm from northwestern Ontario, where the middle of the country, where it's Canada, like it's cold. You get like 40 below in the winter, like it's just like crazy cold, and then really extreme hot. Here it's kind of like middle of the road, like we don't see super big season changes. So, but it's not hot like Florida.
Oh yeah, it's humid here.
Yeah. That being said, it's pretty hot right now, though. Man,
hey, what's up, May?
How's it going? Man knows everybody.
She's great.
She knows you too?
Yes.
Aw, that's cool. We love Mayan. Mayan's like she's like the mascot of all of the channels, everybody's channels. Yeah.
I appreciate the support she gives me.
Yeah. Oh, what is she saying? Not able to watch the movie or stay right now because I'm in the city having dinner, but enjoy you guys. Oh, okay. Well, that's nice, man. Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day, yes.
Enjoy your dinner, and we'll see you next time. I know we will see you at some point. What is Echo saying? Oh, saying hi to everybody.
Jonas.
Oh. Jumping. Everybody's saying hi to everybody. Cool. Oh, can I get a link to Ryan's channel? Do you want me to do that? It should
be in the description of the video. Like if you click on the should be like more, or like I think it was on the description there. It should be in there.
I have it in there now. Yeah, I think you're right. It is there. So when I tried to click on it, it goes to
the page, yeah.
Okay. One sec. Yeah, it is so hot here right now. It's crazy. This is the first day that I've really noticed it.
Yeah, it's been like in the 80s here, so it's been warm for a while, honestly.
Yeah, it's got to be about that. Okay, here's the link to Ryan's channel. I just posted it there for you guys. Oh, he got it before I did that, so it's all good. Okay.
Awesome.
Oh, because Echo. Thank you, Echo. Appreciate that. Sorry, I'm slow. Well, the chat on my laptop goes slower than on my phone, so.
Oh, no worries.
Yeah, but anyways, okay, everybody's happy. It's all good. Okay, well, why don't we start the movie because it is a bit longer, this one. So, yeah, if you guys are ready, we'll get it going on here.
Okay.
And I will do a countdown once everybody's ready.
I think I'm on 0. Yeah. Okay. I'm on 0.
Okay, hold up. My TV always kicks me out too, so there we go.
I got you.
Okay, ready to go. Okay, everybody's ready?
I'm ready.
Oh, Echo says it's really hot where he is too. Okay, just everybody give me like a thumbs up or let me know if you're ready to go.
Type 1 if you're ready.
Yeah, type 1 if you're ready.
That'll work.
Do. Echo says 1. Philip says ready. Okay, let's go. 5. I get 4, 3, 2, 1. Play.
All right, we got it.
I got my volume turned down. I do. It's good.
Yeah, I got mine turned down.
I think I have a commercial right off the top, so that's fun. But don't worry about it. I'm not going to make everybody stop every single time I have commercials because we'll never get through
that's
it
right.
all.
Because Tubi has commercials. I forgot.
It does, yeah. I mean, if anyone needs a timestamp, just let me know and we'll go through Ryan and we'll figure it out. But I'm not going to do that every single time because it's just frustrating.
I got you.
It'll go off a little, but it'll be relatively close.
Do you want me to pause? Did you just go yet, or are you still commercial?
It's going now.
Okay, so mine's at 37 seconds.
Okay.
All right, mine's going. I got the police sirens. You got that yet?
You're at 37. Oh, I went too far. Okay, perfect. Yeah.
You know? Okay.
They're running.
Yep.
Okay. Got it.
Showing the alleyway.
Yep. You know what I watched the other day for the first time was All Hallows Eve.
I haven't watched that yet.
I loved it.
Was it good?
Yeah. And I have
a short film, right? Or is it a full film?
I think it's a full film.
Okay.
I think it might just be over an hour. You know, I didn't really pay attention to it, but it feels like it's a full film. I might like it more than both of these films, actually. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. It was good. I mean, David Howard Thornton is, incredible as Art the Clown.
Oh yeah, Art, yeah.
But pretty good.
All right, I'm at the scene where he's chasing down this guy. He's got the phone.
Bloody guy's got the phone. Yeah, that's exactly where I'm at too.
All right, awesome. Yeah, he's staring in the mirror now.
He's so creepy, so crazy. But in real life, he's not like that at all. So
of course.
Very strange.
Love it. He's drawing the blood on the mirror.
So gross. Yeah, Rob, Terrifiers are awesome flicks. I don't own them yet, but I'm definitely getting them because, yeah, they're ones I watch probably every single Halloween.
Yeah, I got the 4K, the slip one, just because they only made the Steelbook and Blu-ray, so.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, and then they're supposed to make the first one on 4K here soon, so I'll be grabbing that when that comes out.
Okay, that's cool. I'm anxious for the third one too, when and if he finally does that. I think that'll be really cool.
It's gonna be very interesting.
Yep. So you do a lot of Shudder movies too, hey? Oh, that was
brutal.
Right off the top.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, there's stuff flying everywhere. What?
Oh, he's gouging
my eyes. I have to joke about stuff, or if I take it too seriously, I won't be able to sleep.
That is nuts.
Wow. Damien Leone, come on. I mean, that's awesome. It's so well done.
Oh my gosh.
It is psycho. I wonder if he improved that.
Oh my gosh. He literally has the eye in his eyeball.
Yeah,
He's laughing about it. Oh my gosh, that is crazy.
You know, I'm fascinated by that stuff, and I find it, I'm sick. Like, I'll sit and stare and try to figure out, what is he doing? How did he do that?
Yeah.
It's gross, you know?
Oh my gosh.
Do you forget this part?
I've only seen it once, so
Yeah.
last time I saw it was technically in October, I think, when it came out.
Right.
So it's been a while.
Yep. Eric says a Stephen King podcast asked Ben Stiller to join, and I hope he does so he can offer an update on Rat. Oh, okay, cool. Oh, cool.
Interesting.
You send me the link to that. Interesting. Yeah, we were talking about that a while ago, actually. So that'd be cool. Yeah, I tweeted out and I tagged Ben Stiller in it asking about that movie, but Eric was telling me about that.
Oh, interesting.
Before, yeah. Yeah.
Go to the laundromat.
Yay. Oh, yeah. Yikes. So yeah, you watch a lot of Shudder stuff, and you've recommended lots of things on Shudder for me to watch.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I like Shudder a lot. Like, I love all the stuff that's on there. Is there anything lately that you've seen that you liked?
I recently reviewed From Black. I didn't think that was too bad.
What is that? Which one?
From Black.
Okay, yeah.
I recently watched that. I don't know if I've watched anything else lately on there. I know I recently bought Cleansing Hour on DVD. I recently picked that up.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, I totally want to get that. I loved that movie.
Yeah, it wasn't too expensive either. It was only like $11.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
I loved that interview. I kind of regret that I did that live, because I did it at a weird time, and I should probably just reshare it or something. I don't know. Or maybe get him back on again and talk to him, because I loved that movie so much. It was such a great film. And I bet you there's a lot of people who haven't even seen it.
Probably so.
Yeah. Should revive that again.
I really like this part where he's got the creepy girl.
She's great, isn't she?
Yeah. This part is great.
It's kind of hard to know what it means, right?
Right. Well, I think this is their way of like connecting with each other, I guess. Yeah, 'cause she's playing with his eyeballs.
Making jokes.
Making jokes, yeah.
God.
Patty cake.
Sad.
Yeah, and he's playing it with himself, and he's naked. So the guy's like, "What the heck? What's this guy?"
Guy's like, "What is going on there?" Yep, he's covered in blood. Something's wrong.
Yep. So the biggest thing with his performance is like he's so good at putting an emotion into something without words. Like, it's just like spot on.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I think he said in the first film, he was allowed to improv a bunch of it and bring himself into it, because Damien allowed him to do that. Right. So
title card just came up.
Yeah. The title. I think that's awesome that he was able to do that. Because he makes this movie.
Oh yeah, without him, honestly, you can't have it.
The first film, though, All Hallows Eve, I liked it because of it just had a different gritty feel to it that was really cool. The Art the Clown, like the actors, the difference, I think there is a huge difference between the two, because I think David, too many names. David really has brought something to this character to make it like this iconic character.
Right.
But the first film, I still think was really good. It's a really, really good movie. Yeah. Where it starts out.
Yeah, I have to check out the All Hallows Eve. That's the only one I haven't watched.
Pretty sure it's on Tubi.
Yeah, I'm sure it is.
Yeah. But I'd like to get all 3.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm sure they'll release some collection or something, or
At
probably
some
at some
point.
point. I'm sure they will.
Yeah. I'll have to get them for sure.
Oh,
The Cleansing Hour. I'm glad you said that because I was thinking about that movie this last week, actually.
Yeah, I bought that, and I bought Glorious recently on DVD.
Yes.
I don't know if you saw Glorious. Yep.
I didn't know.
Oh, you haven't seen it? Okay. It's got J.K. Simmons in it. It's got J.K. Simmons in it.
Okay. You liked it?
I did. It's more of like a one centralized location kind of movie, so I'm not sure how you feel about those kinds of movies, but you know, it's got a purpose behind it and stuff. So I liked it. It's not like I don't know how to say it. It's not like a bloody, gory movie or anything like that, but it's got. It's not really like a real scary movie, I would say, but I mean, I liked it. I think like his humor in it, which makes it. So I won't say much about it. I'll let you just go into it blind.
Okay. It's called Glorious.
Glorious. I think what else that I bought recently.
It's from last year.
Yeah, I reviewed it on the channel. So
okay, so a horror thriller.
Yeah,
but more towards thriller.
I mean, it's horror, but it's like I don't think it's a horror movie that's looking to.
I'm interested.
Really scare you.
Sounds like something I would like, so I'll write that down.
Yeah.
Well, you're the one that told me to watch Malak.
Yes.
Loved that movie. Like,
yeah.
I have to get that. I have to get that on Blu-ray or whatever.
I picked it up. I have it.
It's still, even to now, one of my favorites. I think, that. And I watched The Vanishing, the original, the Dutch one. And they have like their same feel, right? And I got comments on Malak when I reviewed that. People were asking me for more movies like that because there's very few of them, and I was like, I don't know, because no one talks about that kind of stuff. So I should explore that actually some more. I love those kinds of films. Yeah, I like gore and stuff. Like I love this kind of stuff too. But yeah, the thriller, dark, those kinds of films I like as well. So that Glorious sounds good.
There's some other ones. I know they're coming out on DVD. I'm going to pick them up. Deadstream is one of them. I don't know if you saw that. That's more of like a found footage movie, though.
Deadstream. Did I watch that?
It's the one where the guy is, he's kind of got like a YouTube channel and he goes into a haunted house.
No. Is it good?
I liked it.
Oh, I heard about it. I didn't watch. Deadstream, I need to watch your channel more.
I have another one I reviewed called, some of my peers didn't like it, but I liked it. It's called Spoonful of Sugar.
Okay, yeah, I heard a little bit about that.
That's another one that I liked. So you got a couple there.
Yeah, I'll check them out. I'll check them out for sure. Yeah, lately it's all been Scream and Halloween and Friday the 13th, and
you did The Boy,
everything connected with all of those, but this is fun too. Okay, so Eric says, out of all the actors that have played clowns, I really want to see Samuel L. Jackson play one.
That would be interesting. I'm not sure how he would be that in that role.
Yeah,
mainly because like we all know, like I mean, he's done a lot of action films, but now like he's so involved in like Marvel and stuff. Like I don't know how the fan reaction would be towards him, just because like he's known for like Marvel. I feel like now, so be interesting to see him.
You do reviews for those films as well, right?
Not as much as the superhero films, mainly because like I like some superhero films, but I feel like a lot of the Marvel ones, they just don't really stick with me as much.
Right. Yeah.
Because like I don't know, it's just I feel like after like Endgame and all those, it's like going on side quests now. Like they're just trying to revamp a story.
Right.
and I feel like they've been having trouble doing so in a lot of them. Like I just recently watched Guardians. I know a lot of people really liked it.
Yeah, everyone's telling me I should watch it.
And I liked it, but like after I watched it, like it doesn't stick with me, I guess.
Right.
A movie I haven't reviewed yet, but I've watched it recently that really like made me think about it and like has made me think about it for like a week now is Beau is Afraid.
Oh yeah, I haven't seen it. I've heard mixed things about it.
Ari Aster.
Yep.
It's not a horror movie, like at all, but
right.
the stuff that's happening to him in it could be considered horror-like, I guess.
Right.
But it's a different movie and it's long. It's 3 hours.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's long. I watched it in the theater, and it's not going to be for everybody. It's an art house film. So
right. Okay. Yeah. Cody Leach didn't like it so much.
Yeah. He doesn't like Ari Aster. So,
right.
So if you don't like him, then no, you're not going to like it. So and I love Midsommar and Hereditary. So
right. Okay.
And I get it. Not everybody likes the elevated horror, but it's not horror. So I don't know.
Right. Yeah. How do you keep track of everything? Oh, by the way, hi, Sean. How's it going? Thanks for coming by. Yeah.
What's up, Sean?
How do you keep track of everything that you're watching? Because I have a hard time focusing on just this kind of stuff. You know, you're all over the map.
Well, I have a running list in my phone, so like I see what's coming out each week. Sometimes I see stuff late. Sometimes I don't see a trailer for it. I have a website I use.
Yeah.
And I just track and just figure out what I'm going to watch. And some stuff I'll watch right away. Some stuff I'll wait a little bit, depending. So, yeah, it just depends. Sometimes I'll double up, too. I've done that.
Double up? What do you mean?
Like I'll double up and watch 2 movies in like one day.
You're watching 2 movies at the same time?
No,
we're all doing it wrong. How do you do that?
Like the other night, I watched 2 movies. I watched the Ben Affleck movie Hypnotic, and then after that ended, I watched another movie. So.
So right back to back.
Back to back, yeah.
Not at the same time.
No. That would be wild.
That'd be. I want to try that now, though. See what that would be like.
And they were 2 different movies too. Like one of them was a thriller suspense, and the next movie was a kids movie. So
fun.
So I mean, I all genres I cover. So
yeah. Sean says, I don't know why exactly, but the thought of Samuel L. Jackson playing a clown is making me laugh.
Yeah,
it is. It is. What do you think of the kids in this movie?
Their characters, I don't know if they ever like really stuck with me that much, but
yeah.
Again, I've only watched it once, so
right. For me, it's the gore and the
yeah, and I think that's why like everybody watches it. They don't like watch it for like a full-on story, I guess.
Right. I think that's why it didn't bother me that it was like it's long, you know? That didn't really bother me so much because it's like, well, but you know,
right.
It's more about the kills and stuff.
Oh, for sure.
And the special effects.
For sure.
Everyone's thinking about Samuel L. Jackson as a clown. Now we need to tag him in that. You need to be the next Art the Clown.
This is an interesting scene because she's watching some.
Oh, I got a commercial right now, so.
Oh, you do?
Go ahead.
Okay.
You go ahead.
Well, I'm at the part where she's watching TV and like just the colors of the background of her walls.
Right.
And then like she's sleeping on these pillows and they have like glitter on them and stuff. Oh.
Right.
I'm at the part where they're doing like a meet and greet and someone's playing the ukulele. She's singing. I can pause it if
I'm
you're
almost
not there.
there. Yeah, I'll get there. Don't worry. No, just keep going and I'll fast forward when I get there.
Okay. She's like talking or singing in by the Clown Cafe.
Oh. Dude. Hey, Ashton, how's it going?
What's going on, Ashton? Like your picture. Love tigers.
Yeah, awesome. They're all talking about.
Went to a zoo and I saw some tigers. So.
Did you?
Oh.
I bet your kids like that.
Yeah, I have a zoo in my area, so that was cool.
Okay, so I'm back now. What's your timestamp?
I'm at 1919.
Okay, I'm zipping through, but I've seen it, so it's all good.
Gotcha.
Okay, yeah, it's like a kids show kind of thing with performers and stuff. That's really creepy. That was clever. What is he saying? I will strike down upon thee with furious anger. They're making fun of the whole Samuel.
Oh, yeah.
Phil says, I'm imagining. Oh, darn it. Imagining him as super serious, dress up as a clown. Yeah. And everyone's saying hi to each other. Okay.
Oh, the bugs in the cereal. Oh, that's gross.
Gross. Mmm. Yum. My daughter's laughing. Kids shows like these are kind of creepy anyway.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
There he is.
You know, that reminds me of when he was on my show and I first put the live on the screen, my phone went sideways and he went like this. That made me laugh. Reminds me of that.
I see this girl's hair reminds me of, I don't know if you remember the show back in the day. You remember the show Pippi Longstocking?
Yeah.
Her hair reminds me of that.
Totally, yeah.
He's got his tricycle, I guess that's what you call it.
This guy, do you remember, did your kids watch The Big Comfy Couch?
No.
That's what this kind of setting kind of reminds me of for some weird reason.
Yeah, I remember the show.
That was a few years ago, so.
Oh, yeah, I remember it.
His bag.
Yep. Lollipops. Yeah, this is creepy.
It is creepy. There's so much tension there.
Candy apple. She's completely afraid to death of him.
Yeah. Take it.
You better open it.
Take it. Open it. Do it. Do it. Oh, so sad. You know, it's movies like this why we're deranged and, you know, we have no conscience now when we watch these things.
Oh, yeah.
Because I'm hoping it's something really awful, you know?
Oh, yeah. I've been told.
A few years ago, I wouldn't even watch the Saw movies. I was like, no way. I'm not watching those. They're way too violent.
They are violent.
Now I'm like, you want to see more. Yeah, oh yeah.
Oh, man. That's gross.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I just like the creative process, though. Like, what are you sitting around, you're like, you know what we should do? You know, how can we make that look like this? Like,
oh my gosh.
Yeah.
It's insane.
So gross. I remember when Phil was on doing the movies, the Flowers movies. Did you ever see those?
Never heard of those.
So gross, like so disgusting. The scenes and the stuff and the slop and everything. I just, it's wonder where your brain goes to come up with that kind of stuff.
Yeah. That is
Really
insane.
gross. Yeah. Something I've never tried, this kind of stuff. Do you ever think of that, like making a movie at some point, or is that
Not
something
really.
that interests? No?
Never have thought about making one. I think just mainly because I don't know where I would want to start and what kind of movie I'd want to do.
Right.
Because naturally I watch a lot of different stuff, but I know that it would take quite a bit of budget to make something.
Right.
It depends on the movie you're doing, I guess, too. I mean, I guess if you do a certain concept,
right,
maybe you can get away with a lower budget. It just depends, I guess.
Yep.
This is crazy, this scene. Burning people now.
Sean's asking, has anyone eaten any food from the Clown Cafe yet? Apparently the food's a little funny there.
Not yet.
Uh-oh, fire, fire, fire. Oh, this fit. Did you see my story on Instagram that I did with the picture? And I did the
fire.
flow.
Oh,
that
yeah.
worked out cool. I just clicked
that
a button and it was like,
cool fact. Yeah, I reposted
so
it.
cool.
I thought that was really cool.
Yeah. At first I was like, oh, you can't really see what the design is, but it kind of starts out slow and it burns up. And I was like, no, that works. That's very
cool.
Cool.
That was really cool.
I didn't even know that was a thing in the choices for the app, but yeah.
Yeah, you can do some different things on there.
You can, yeah. And sometimes you find stuff and you try it and it works out differently than what you could have ever even thought of.
Yep, especially like when I've designed like thumbnails and stuff like that.
Yep.
This is a crazy scene.
Oh, he's explaining to him about the song and stuff.
Wow.
Don't burn her stuff. Oh, no. Oh, she's in trouble now. Thank God that's something that my daughter never did.
like
lit something on fire with candles.
Oh, yeah, I've had that happen once.
Did you?
When I was little, because my mom really liked lighting candles and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we had like a candle do that in the house. I mean, it didn't get crazy, but it's happened.
Right. That's scary. I did that one time on the stove because I had this kettle. It was a really cool, this lime green kettle. It was plastic and I had it plugged in on the stove and didn't think that it was resting. Didn't even realize it was resting on the element. Turn the element.
Oh, yeah.
And it was the most bizarre, shocking thing that if I had died, I wouldn't have known I died. Like it was so fast and furious. It was like, what in the hell just happened? Then realizing it after, it was like, holy crap, was I lucky?
Oh, yeah.
That could have been really bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those are scary moments.
Oh, yeah.
Here's what pulls me out of this. I get she's been through a lot of stuff, the mom.
Mm-hmm.
The way she's talking to her daughter, I'm not buying it.
Yeah.
It's scripted. It doesn't work for me, right? Am I crazy? Like,
well, it's kind of out of nowhere because it doesn't have any, I guess, like root cause, I guess.
Right, and it's mean.
Yeah,
and they seem like normal people. So for it to come out like that, it seems too harsh to me, because I've lost it occasionally.
I guess like the only
kids,
thing,
stuff like that, but not like that.
The only thing I can figure is like, I guess like they're just trying to show that the mom, maybe they're trying to show that like she's crazy or something like that. You know how like
right.
Whenever somebody in a horror movie like sees like a vision or sees something or something happens or something's pulled out of a dream, they never believe them. So she's like showing that she's jumping to conclusions, I guess.
Right.
Because she thinks that like she deliberately did that, but obviously doesn't believe her story. So I guess that's what they're trying to show.
Right. And then we do get more of a history as it goes, like
right,
of what happened with the dad and everything.
Right.
But it's just maybe just the language, the words she's using to, because I've been known to swear a little bit here and there.
Oh yeah.
And I wouldn't talk like that. I wouldn't talk like that to my daughter, just.
That's true. Everybody's different how they react to situations. Sometimes overreacting. So she's definitely overreacting in that situation.
Yeah. Ashton saying, the one thing I did that almost caused a lot of danger was I put bread wrapped in foil in the microwave. Oh, yeah, I bet, right? Like, but it's not something everybody knows not to do. I mean, I know because I was alive when microwaves first came out, the instructions, but nowadays it's not something you would necessarily know unless somebody told you that you can't do that. And then you learn the hard way. But yeah, that must have been pretty scary, Ashton.
I mean, I put certain plates in the microwave and they've broken before.
So. Yeah, I believe that. Yeah, for sure.
She's eating Wacko Jackos. She thinks it's Art Krispies. Yep.
Did it burn and stink, Ashton? My dad one time put those beanbag pillow things that you warm up in the microwave, but he overdid it and it burned. Oh my gosh, it was horrible. Yeah, it was bad. We had to throw out the microwave.
Yeah, that's really bad.
Because that was you couldn't fix that. Yeah, that little girl is pretty creepy.
She is. She's got that. Yeah, it's just. Are you naturally afraid of clowns? I know some people are.
I'm not afraid, but like I grew up, my mom used to take me to the circus when I was a kid, when that was a thing. Now it's not really, but when it was a thing. And they were weird because it was like weird old men with makeup on, and they were just weird and creepy. So in that respect, not a huge fan. Not scared though. Not scared though. Like if I had a clown doll or something in here, I don't think I'd freak out. How about you?
No, I do remember though. I remember when Slipknot first came out and they had the mask and everything. That's when I think that's when I was first like getting into horror, because Slipknot came out in '99 when they had their first album, and like the first time that I discovered them was like in 2000. So that's when they did their second album, and that's like I think for me like when horror like really started to come in. By that point, I was like 11 years old, so because that's when I started getting into like Scream and like other movies and stuff like that.
Right.
Because like my family isn't like I don't have any horror fanatics in my family at all. Okay. I mean, my sister will watch a little bit of it, but like they're not watching like Terrifier. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
But they'll watch like a horror movie every once in a while.
Right.
So,
how did you get into horror? Just because you've gotten into movies?
I think because like metal music like kind of went hand in hand, I guess, with like art and like horror.
Yep.
So like that just kind of turned me to it.
Yeah.
And then just like movies, I always tell everybody because a lot of people go, "Well, you haven't watched this, you haven't watched this old movie," and it's just because like my parents aren't big on movies. They still don't really follow movies to this day.
Right. Yeah.
A lot of times I'm telling them stuff that comes out based on like their interests.
Yeah.
And like they don't go to theaters really, so
right.
So yeah, it's just kind of like I'm the movie person, and if like there's something that I think they're interested in, I'll tell them about it. But
right.
They don't watch horror.
Does your wife go to go with you to the movies too? Do you guys do lots of movies together?
Not really. She's not a big movie person. She'll watch some stuff.
Yeah.
We did watch this together at one point, so.
Right. Hey, Jamie.
But no, I wouldn't say like she watches a lot of stuff with me.
No.
Just depends what it is.
How old are your kids? They're little still, right?
I only have one kid. And
you have one. Okay.
He's going to be 12 this year, so.
Oh, okay. So you're kind of into the cool, stuff now.
He's been watching some horror. He watched recently the Insidious movies.
Isn't it crazy? Yeah, my daughter at that age said, "Mom, we need to rent the like Ju-on and stuff like that." And this was way before anyone even talked about it. She's like, "We're gonna go to the video store to rent these movies and watch." I was like, "Wait, what?"
Yeah.
What? That's funny.
You always say, like, with him, like, I'll let him watch horror. The only thing I don't want him to watch is I don't want him to watch something with, like, a lot of nudity or anything like that. So,
yeah.
I always look, and if it says, like, it's got, like, nudity in it, I'm like, you're not ready for that yet. But you can watch cussing. Like, he already watches, like, Stranger Things, and there's cussing in that. So,
yeah.
He just already knows it. Like, he knows not to say it, and he doesn't. So, that's good.
Yeah. My rule was always, okay, fine, at home, but it's different if you're going to school because it's going to cause trouble and you're going to get in trouble. So just keep that in mind.
Yeah, and then he's going to be finishing elementary school literally in 2 weeks. So, like, he'll be in middle school next year. So
goes fast, hey?
Yeah, so, he's growing up quick, and, he's kind of getting out of the phase of, like, kids' movies and stuff. Like, he watches them, but not as much.
What was his favorite? What was the one that you watched 10 billion times and you'd be like, oh, gosh, I never want to see it again?
He doesn't really, like, he doesn't really watch a lot of stuff, like, over and over again. There's certain shows that he watches. He watches this show still called Bluey, which I don't know why. I think it's because, like, it's on Disney Plus. It's on Disney Plus.
Oh, okay.
I think it's because, like, he has younger brothers and sisters, so he's still susceptible to watching some younger kids' stuff.
Right. Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, so I personally don't care for that show that he watches, but there's not really any movie that I can think of where, like, he's like, let's watch this again.
Right. He's
been really into watching different things and, like, older type movies now.
That's cool.
Like, we watched Avatar the last year, so
that's cool.
He sat through that.
Yeah, that's fun.
He liked Mario. We watched that together.
Right. Yeah, I haven't seen any of that yet.
Yeah, so he likes certain kid movies and certain things. So
yeah, well, that's fun.
So it's cool that we can watch everything. We did watch Megan together. He liked Megan.
Oh, cool. Yeah, Abby and I went to see that at the theater. That's fun. That was fun.
Yeah. So he enjoyed that. So he's watching things here and there. He's getting a mix.
JT did an interview with the actress that played Megan. Nice. Yeah, you should check that out. I can flip you a link, actually. And let your son see that because that was super cool. I just watched that the other day.
He really liked it. So
yeah, that's cool.
All right,
Man is on her way home.
Drive safe.
She'll be back. And Jamie is here. Shouted her out. Hey Jamie. Hey, let's talk for a minute. Love that. I love that name. I want to redo my name. I don't like my channel name.
What's
something different? Sorry, I clicked the wrong button because it jumped. Ashton says, I love the Insidious films. All of them are good. Always get goosebumps watching them. Yeah, did they scare him?
In certain parts. I'm trying to think which one like really got him. I don't know. We watched all 4 of them, so I think he'll probably want to watch the 5th one in theaters. I asked him. He also said that he wants to go see Boogeyman.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he saw the poster and he's like, Boogeyman, because I always joke with him that the Boogeyman's gonna get him.
Right.
He still sleeps with like he's got like these neon lights in his room.
Yep.
So he sleeps with like a neon sign on. You know, like those signs that they have like in like a bar or whatever, like
Yeah.
you can click
Yeah,
on.
yeah.
Yeah, he's got that on. So
That's cool.
So yeah,
Yeah.
he loves that. But yeah, he wants the closet door shut. I said the boogeyman ain't getting you. So
I
yeah,
still get freaked out by stuff like that too.
yeah. So he saw the poster for it. He's like, yeah, I want to go
Aw.
see that. So we'll probably go check that out.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun.
Yeah, it looks like a good movie.
Yeah. You're probably more into horror just because there's been so much horror lately. Like it's been all horror,
Mm-hmm.
you know?
Oh yeah. I try to cover everything, but yeah, I love doing the horror just because that's probably one of my favorites.
You said you go to the theater sometimes. Do you go very often? I know from
I go usually every week.
Oh, do you? Okay, cool.
Just about every week.
Yeah, it's a different experience, you know, when you're sitting there and the big screen. And what sucks here lately, even now, there's not many people go. So we went and saw Scream 6. We saw The Pope's Exorcist. We saw Evil Dead Rise with like 6 to 8 other people in the theater, in the whole theater.
Yeah, and to
totally different.
The problem with movies now is they've made it way too easy for the consumer to just wait. Like, for instance, I've talked about this a few on streams. Cocaine Bear came out here at the end of February. At the end of February, it came out. It literally was released on digital and to rent on your TV in 3 weeks. Why would you go to a theater?
Yeah.
You know? Why?
True.
You know?
Yeah.
Unless you really were wanting to see it that bad.
When I was younger, like it went through the same thing. Okay, it was like so cheap to go see the movie. It was like $5-6 to go to the movies, and it was like $2.50 Tuesdays. So I used to go twice a week to the movies, like forever. And then it changed, and the price started creeping up. But then they realized they messed up, so they brought it down. So they brought the $2.50 Tuesday thing back, but then they went back up. I personally was thinking, why don't they just, instead of doing all the scene points and all the stuff, just reduce the ticket price? Just reduce it to half, and you got a full theater. Like, I don't get it. Isn't that better?
Well, the problem is
keeping the prices up.
The problem is the studio takes so much money from the ticket itself that the theater doesn't make anything. So, like, for instance, if you're paying a $10 ticket, the theater's only getting about 20% of that. So $10 off of each ticket, $2.
Right, but the studios need to
Well, it's the actors. It's what they're paying the actors too. You got to figure.
Chill it, you know? Yeah, no, I know. And I know that's a thing too. Because when they started demanding these huge, amounts of money too for stuff, the quality started to go down.
I guess the other thing that people don't understand too is, because I used to work at a theater, just like a second job.
Yeah.
People go, oh, well, it's $10 for popcorn. Well, the reason why it's $10 for popcorn is A, you got to pay the employees. B, you got to pay the managers. C, you got to pay for electric, which electric is very expensive at a theater. You have to pay for projectors. You have to pay for light bulbs to make the movie go. Right. There's a ton of parts involved, and people don't understand that.
But if you're getting 8 people in a theater, right, 8 people, that theater is going to close up eventually, because you can't do that. That can't work. From a marketing point of view. So if you reduced it and you had even maybe not even to half, let's just say reduce it like 75% of the price, but you have more. This has always been a huge debate. I've had businesses and stuff like that too, so I know that side of it, and I've always done retail and that. My thinking is if there's more people and there's more happening, then you're going to generate more money in the long run than if you nickel and dime it to death. But then what I wonder is, why is it going that way? Are these companies making more money going the route of streaming and not bothering to rent out, like you said, the big space and pay for electricity and heat and all that kind of crap and employees, and just have it, really simple, where they're making $25 for you to push a button, and watch the movie. So maybe that's kind of just the way it's going.
I think the thinking is they release it in the theaters, and the people that really want to see it in theaters will go see it within the first couple of weeks. The people that don't go to the theaters, they know they'll get them to pay the $20 because the way they see it is if they're charging you $20 to see it, most households that are watching the movie, it's usually not one person watching the movie. It's usually probably a couple or something.
Right.
Or maybe it's a couple with friends. So either way, they look at it as, okay, we'll pay $20. If all of us went to the theater, it would be like, I mean, depending where you're at, I know like New York, it's like $15 a ticket, but depending where you're at, like in the country, they just figure, hey, I'll just, I'll just watch it at the house. It's cheaper. So.
Yeah. Well, and it's kind of like things are changing all around too, because there's not as like physical media is starting to take a change. And so I guess they're kind of scrambling as to how do they keep it all going. And I don't know what it's like in the States, because you guys seem to have these huge amount of people showing up to these movies, but where I'm from, it's not. And I don't see these theaters lasting here. Like every time we've gone, and we've gone on opening nights and stuff, there's like 8 people in the theater. Like these are huge theaters. I don't know how they're gonna keep that going.
Like,
I hope it picks up again.
I was gonna say I don't know how they do it in Canada, but like let's say like a movie comes out on a Friday. Do you guys do Thursday night showings before that Friday? Like
we've been doing that, yeah.
Okay. I think a lot of people do not know that if a movie is supposed to open up on a Friday, I honestly don't think they know that it comes out on Thursday night. That's just my thinking. Because they don't advertise it. Like, for instance, this week, Fast and Furious is coming out here. Do people know that movie comes out technically on Thursday night? I don't know if they do. I don't know if the average moviegoer does.
Maybe they don't. Yeah, I know. And that's the thing. I don't work for the theater, so maybe they are getting a huge turnout on like the Saturday night or something like that to make up for it. Well, I personally, they're not making, it's still costing them a lot of money to run that movie on the Thursday for 3 showings or whatever. And there's no people showing up. How are they making enough to pay the staff and everything? Or they're making everything for the whole week on Saturday. You know what I mean? Like
they make it on the weekends. That's what they do. Because I used to work when I used to work there. During the week, it was never crowded, and that's why, like here now, because they used to do late night showings during the week. Because I used to work at the theater during the week because I was a second income, and I used to work until 1 o'clock in the morning, and there was never. I could tell you, most nights that I worked during the week, there probably would be about, because we had 20 theaters, and I would say we'd be playing maybe like 15 screens at once, maybe. And there would probably be maybe at the most at a 10 o'clock during the week, maybe about 20 people. So yeah, you're running electricity for no reason.
Right.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
I don't know too.
Well,
I don't know.
I hope it keeps going because
Yeah. I was gonna say I don't know if it's because that theater that I worked at is kind of older, so like the seats aren't updated. So I don't know if that has something to do with it. I don't know. Do people care that much about seats? Maybe they do. Maybe they don't.
Maybe.
I personally don't care, but a lot of people do. So.
Yeah, that's true. Could be those things too. Yeah. I just hope that they keep them going, and it doesn't end up being only streaming, but I don't know.
I don't think movie theaters go away. I just think that theaters will find ways, like if you see any theaters being built, I think they'll have less screens, which will hurt smaller movies in the long run, which is what'll happen.
Yeah.
So like what'll happen is if you have like Guardians of the Galaxy coming out and there's 12 screens at a theater, 8 of those screens will be Guardians of the Galaxy, and the other 4 screens will be whatever movies are left.
Right.
That's how it'll be.
Right. So. I think it's important that we keep doing these watch parties and showing people and talking about you bringing up the fact that you found the Cleansing Hour on disc is like cool, because I'll buy it. I think that's a good thing to do, because I think that's where maybe a lot of people will fall off because they'll just miss out on movies because they don't know how to find them or where to get them, or, you know, and I think it's good to keep pushing it that way for sure. Especially the smaller movies, you know, if they end up not being on the big screen, just so people keep watching.
Yeah, that's true. Lots of blood.
Okay. Was I freezing up there a little bit?
Just a little bit, but not very much.
It's a little bit because it looks a little bit like it's disconnected a bit, but okay.
Okay, you're good now.
Okay, cool.
I got the part where he's
I got way behind on the comments here. Okay, let's go back. Okay, I love that name. Boop.
How's everybody doing?
Haunted by horror. Hey, how's it going?
Doing great. How you doing, ma'am?
Ashen says, my mom raised me on horror films.
It's a cool mom.
Oh, she's asking, have we watched Malignant? I did watch it recently.
I have it. I own it.
You bought it? That's cool.
I did. Yeah, I try to buy a lot of stuff.
You do. That's cool. I love that. I'm working my way towards that slowly but surely getting there. But
yeah, I think a lot of people are still are used to DVDs. So I think like 4K and Blu-ray is not like a big preferred format. I think DVDs are still pretty strong.
Right. Yeah. Where do you order from?
So I'll order from Amazon, and then I'll go to Best Buy because they have their steel books and stuff.
Right.
It just depends. Walmart pretty much just has DVDs for the most part. They'll have a little bit of Blu-rays and occasionally get a 4K.
Right.
It just depends what I'm looking for. Like sometimes Walmart will have the Shudder movies, so I'll pick them up from there sometimes.
Okay.
Not all the time, though.
Doesn't.
Yeah. Not all the time they have them. So, like, Cleansing Hour, they didn't have that in stores. I had to order that off of Amazon.
You do a lot of ordering on Amazon?
Yeah. I mean, it's like the best. I mean, they get it to me quick. I have Prime, so I get it within a couple days. So,
yeah. I find that really good, too. And we finally got a warehouse for Amazon here like a couple months ago. And, like, my building in the lobby on the floor is like, there's always packages every day. Different people. It's all Amazon.
Nice.
So, yeah. It's kind of the way it goes now. So, that's cool. So, you found the Cleansing Hour on Amazon.
I did.
Cool. But it wasn't too expensive.
It was $11, I remember. It was cheap.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so I picked it up. Yeah, they didn't make a Blu-ray for that one, just a DVD.
Okay. Let's talk for a minute. It says, the antagonist in this film reminds me of the antagonist from All Hallows Eve. Right.
I have not seen that one.
But different actors.
Haven't seen that
one. Different, though. It's different. Similar, but different. They look the same. Yeah, that's all I'll say. I won't talk about it. I want to talk about it, but I won't talk about it. Jamie says it is him, MJ. All Hallows Eve came out first and everyone loved the clown so much they made Terrifier. At least that's what I remember reading. Yeah, that's exactly it. And Damien Leone did the special effects for the first film.
Okay.
So I'm unclear as to, I'm assuming he took over and carried on with Terrifier and Terrifier 2 himself, like directing and doing the effects and everything. But I think he was just doing the effects for the first film.
Fair enough.
Yeah, because I saw his name in the credits. I was like, oh, wait, that's not what I got the impression of from what everybody was saying. And I was like, oh, so he's part of all these films. Right. It's just that the actor changed. So that's okay.
Okay.
That's an okay thing. But art like David Howard Thornton it's a whole different kind of character though.
Oh yeah.
Like with his acting, totally different.
Much agreed.
Yeah.
They're talking about the dad.
Rob's saying there's always a lot of people in theaters in Montreal. Yeah, I just keep hoping it'll kick back up here, but it's just doesn't seem to be that way. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, I think it depends on the theater too. Like there's the 2 theaters that I go to, they aren't very busy, high traffic area theaters.
Right.
I don't know if you've heard of it before, but I have a Regal that's literally by my work where I drive, and it's an older Regal.
Right.
And every time I go there for a movie, it's never a big crowd. I think even for Evil Dead Rise, I think there was maybe 30 people when I went over opening night, which is not bad for opening night.
Yeah. We have an Odeon theater and another. It used to be Famous Players, but it's something else now. And they were supposed to be closing up, but they are not. Mm-hmm. So those 2 theaters are downtown, and our downtown has taken a big hit from the pandemic. So it's just not like it's lots of businesses closing up and stuff like that. And then we have a big megaplex Silver City theater that's across town, and that one's got like all the theaters and all the stuff.
Yeah.
But it's still, there wasn't very many people going to see the movie, and I was surprised. It was Evil Dead Rise, and it was not full theater. And the next showing, there wasn't tons of people coming in. So, I mean, it could just be here.
Yeah, it could be. I think also with movies too, it really has to do with a lot of promotion. Like Evil Dead Rise, they did do promotion, but there are certain movies that they just don't promote at all, and the average moviegoer is not going to know about them because if they're not going, they're not going to see a trailer unless they're looking on YouTube or somebody's talking about it on social media. For instance, with Marvel films, they're always blasted everywhere. Like if you go on Twitter, literally like you go in that search bar and they literally have up in the top of like Twitter, like Guardians Galaxy coming out this week or whatever. So like advertising has a lot to do with it. And I also think there's certain movies that they'll put out on holidays. Like for instance, this week is Mother's Day. So they put out Book Club 2 here, which is Diane, what's her name? Diane Leone or whatever. So they'll specifically put those movies and advertise them during certain holidays. So I think advertising has a lot to do with it.
And maybe the kind of film. Maybe the kind of film.
That too. And so like, for instance, like horror is niche to a certain amount of people. Like
especially Evil Dead Rise.
Yeah, the people that are horror fans, they know that's coming out. Something like my mother or something like that doesn't even know that Evil Dead is out.
Yeah, exactly.
And she doesn't watch that kind of movie. So, like, how would they know unless they follow that kind of thing? So, like, I think it has something to do with that as well. And it also depends on, like, how much of a moviegoer you are. Because there are certain people that pay attention. They see, like, what comes out every week. And then there are certain people that go to a theater and they see a certain movie and they get advertised that movie and then they know about that movie. But I don't think the majority of people that watch movies are on a website like me and you or something and going, what comes out this week? You know what I mean? Like people just don't have the time to do that. I think that's what it is. And I also think it depends on the person too. Like a lot of times people that go to a lot of movies, they're usually single or they don't have kids or like managing their time. And a lot of people don't manage their time through it, or like if they have like a job where they have to work a lot, or you know what I mean, like it's all about structuring your time and like what your priorities are, and everybody has different priorities. And I think like with movies, for some people it's something where because you have to go out to a theater to go see it, a lot of people are just more comfortable like sitting at home, like
that too.
So I think that's why streaming is such a popular thing. But I also think, in my opinion, I think a lot more people watch TV shows, I notice, than movies. because I know a lot of people, when they watch stuff, they're talking about some show on like Netflix or Amazon Prime. And I just think that's how people are trained to be for whatever reason. I just don't think movies is all in everybody. Like it's a certain audience, just like it's a certain audience for people to pick up physical media. Like there's people out there that do it, but there's like that niche of people that do it. So like I think there are always people there. Oh yeah. That's just my opinion.
My screen did that blackout thing again.
Oh, it did?
Also, for a whole family to go is expensive, right? Like a lot of people can't afford to bring the whole family, like you said. But if you're going by yourself, then, you know, you can do it. Speaking of that, the Mario movie that you guys saw, was there lots of people there for that?
There was a decent crowd for that. But again, that was advertised and plastered everywhere. So, like, you know.
Right.
And I also think sometimes, I don't think for everybody, but I think sometimes Rotten Tomatoes plays a part in movies. Not for everything.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I personally don't go by anything Rotten Tomatoes says, because there's movies they've crapped on that I've loved, and there's movies they've said that's been awesome. I'm like, I don't get it. You know?
Yeah. So. No, you and I both, I don't do that. I watch it myself, and sometimes I'm like, no, I'm sorry, I really love that movie. It's my favorite, and I'm buying it. I don't care. Or because for me, like, I just didn't get into X. It wasn't my favorite. It's just not my thing. It didn't resonate with me the way that it did everybody else. And so I'm glad I watched it and decided, you know, because that's, and fair enough. If you loved it, that's totally fair enough. I get it, you know. But yeah, no, I don't do that either. Like, they said on Rotten Tomatoes it gets a score of 4.4, then that's how I feel about it. You can't do that. It's personal.
Yeah, I think for X, I thought it was okay, but it also was different from most A24 films, because a lot of their horror is like super artsy. Whereas I think one of the reasons why X did so well, one, the acting was really good with Mia Goth.
Right.
And two, I think because it paid a lot of contributions to like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the way that it was like filmed and stuff. Right. And I think because we particularly haven't gotten a horror movie like that in theaters in a very long time, it was very attractive to audiences.
Right.
And then Jenna Ortega is like the hot actress right now that everybody likes. So that kind of played into it. So I've watched it a couple times since, and it's grown on me more, but I still don't think
it's not quite.
It's like a top horror film for me, but I own it. Like I'll watch it. Like if somebody says, "Should I watch X?" I'm like, "Yeah, try it out." You know what I mean? I'm not saying like avoid it or anything like that.
It's not a bad. It's not a bad film, and there are a lot of people that rightfully love it. You know, I get it, but for me, it just was like, okay, you know.
Well, let me ask you this: what did you think about Pearl compared to that, though? Did you
much better?
Yeah, I like Pearl more too, because it's more character study based.
Much better. Yeah. After I watched Pearl, because Abby, we went to Walmart of all places, and you're like, Pearl, $10, Mom, get this. So we watched it, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna rethink my whole theory about it. But I still feel like maybe that was a little bit of a better film than X was. I don't know.
I think also because
my personal.
Kind of its own thing, because it was very colorful, it was very vibrant. It had that like Wizard of Oz like coloring type of deal, I guess you want to say.
Yeah.
And her acting just phenomenal in it. Like she came from a really crappy situation.
Yeah.
So it just made that character arc and everything that happened in X that more valuable towards her character.
Yeah.
And then now we're getting Maxine, so that's going to be just more to fill into the story at this point. So
I love the way he cranked out all 3 films so quickly that way and marketed that way. I think that's brilliant, you know. But we'll see. Is it my favorite though? Even so, no, like it's not something that I'll revisit a million times over, but
no.
Yeah. I liked Pearl better. A little bit better.
I agree.
Yeah. Yeah.
Here we go. That's not work.
And our theater is usually packed on the weekends, but the weekdays people are sparse.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think it just depends on the movie and what time you go to, too. Because personally, for me, I don't like a big, large audience. I like it to be quiet. It's like my relaxing time. So
right. Yeah. Yeah, you don't want the talkers behind your head.
Yeah, a few weeks ago I went to a movie and a guy fell asleep and he snored the whole movie.
Oh no! That would be a nightmare.
And it was a small movie too, and it wasn't a movie like where it was like really loud. It was like a period piece kind of movie.
Oh no!
Yeah,
Did you
so
throw
I heard
popcorn at him. You should have thrown popcorn at him.
Well, the thing is, it was in a smaller theater, but he was in the corner of the theater in the dark. The scene is.
He's
brutal.
having a good nap.
This is probably the most brutal kill in the whole movie right here.
Oh, this is horrifying.
Like, unbelievable.
The fact that we watched this several times is there's something wrong with us. Come on. Right?
That's okay. I had somebody the other day say I'm going to hell for watching horror. So.
Legit or joking?
Legitly.
Awesome. Yeah. I never get comments like that. I want fun comments like that.
Yeah, well, it's because
read through the eye.
Yeah, it's because I reviewed a movie called Nefarious, which I don't know if you've heard of it.
Haven't seen it yet.
It is like a big religious movie that.
Yes, I've heard about it. Yeah.
Yeah, and it personally, for me, like. I'm not a big political person, and I'm not talk politics on here, but it has political things in it.
You can talk politics on here.
Huh?
No, I'm joking.
No, I'm gonna say like it has certain things in it that I was like, why are we talking about this?
Okay. Yep. That's what I heard.
And it wasn't scary at all. And then like I had a bunch of people that commented on my review. Like I had a lot of nasty comments. Like I had to delete and block some people because it like caused a lot of controversy, and it's actually my most viewed video ever.
Yeah.
But
awesome.
But I had a bunch of nasty comments on there, and like I've had people say like I'm going to hell because I like they're like you don't know what you're talking about. This is like such a scary movie and it was perfect. And I'm like, I'm glad you like it, but it was not scary at all. Like I watch horror movies, and they're like, well, horror isn't just about like blood, guts, and like Satan and all that stuff, and I'm just like, okay, whatever. So I just took it for what it was. But
like, talk to the hand.
Yeah, and I'm not against anybody for like whatever they want to believe. Like, I'm all for whatever you want to believe. Like, it doesn't affect me. Yeah. So I'm open to it. But like when you do that to somebody, like. Do people realize that people have like other beliefs and like?
Yeah,
I don't know how it is there, but I just feel like sometimes we get wrapped up in the stuff that it just doesn't even matter, and like people are nasty to people for no reason.
Yeah, like, I had a vegan cafe where I'm not doing it anymore. I still have my ways of eating and my beliefs and my thing. Yeah. But I'm not on the front lines anymore.
That's good.
Because when within the community, people are fighting each other over not being enough of one way or the other, what's the point of that? Like, that's insane. So I took a step back and said, no. I used to do cooking videos on here too, and I have friends that are like, you should do them still. We loved your cooking videos. They were so awesome. I couldn't handle the other side of it. It's too stressful, and it makes no sense to me whatsoever. So I totally get that. Same kind of idea, because I do a lot of activism too. It's not effective when you start doing that, bashing each other and fighting. You have to kind of be willing to be open to learning stuff and accept everybody's. but I get it. Yeah, it's stressful. So it's like, hopefully, I expect it was just that particular movie. So, you know, you just have to brace yourself when you do that kind of stuff, that you might get that, and pick and choose your arguments, you know, maybe don't answer everything or read everything or whatever. But yeah, I get that. I get that. It's crazy. Like,
it's just a waste of time for people to act.
It's a waste of time. Yeah,
it really is.
But I learned you're not going to change people like that. You just gotta let it go. Yeah, because they do it. But yeah, it's very like, it's like, wait, I watched this movie and I review movies and I watched it. This is how I felt about it. Like,
yeah,
where are you talking about?
A lot of people that I've seen on Twitter, I've noticed a lot of people will like look at the Rotten Tomato score, and I've seen this in Mario. People are like, "Well, I freaking love that movie."
Sorry.
Huh?
I was saying, hi, Dave.
Oh, hey, what's up, Dave? When Mario came out, the critics hated it, and the audience loved it. And I've seen people make comments on there. They're like, "Oh, we showed those critics. We love that movie." It's like, well, that's great, but like, they're just critics. They're there to do a job and give an opinion. And just because it doesn't align to yours, there's no reason to be upset. It's a movie. It's a movie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
and they take it so much to heart. Like these critics took the movie off the shelf and like stomped on it and like, you know what I mean?
Oh my God.
It's such a small thing.
You see all the fun stuff. I miss out on all this.
Yeah, and it's supposed to be fun. It's not supposed to be like so negative and toxic.
No.
You know what I mean? So I don't know.
Some people, I think, sit back and they're just ready to rip stuff apart too, and like cause trouble just to get attention too. You have to keep that in mind also. It might not have anything to do with the movie, you know? Yeah.
I mean, I give everything a chance. Like, even if I think
you do,
I don't think it's going to be my thing.
Yeah, you totally do.
But I mean, either way, like if I don't like it, I'm gonna be honest about it. So
yes, that's what I love about your channel, is that you say, like, you don't just watch a couple things and have an opinion. You like watch so much stuff, all different kinds of movies, and you say it like the way you feel it. And so it's cool because I can look at that and I can take it for what it is, and I can decide for myself if I want to watch it or not. But I've come across a lot of cool movies that you've sent my way that are really fun, like super fun, that I've really enjoyed. Yeah, so I don't ever change that.
No,
yeah, your channel is really cool, really cool, and you get through so much stuff.
Oh yeah,
maybe that's why, because you're being honest about it, so you just like crank out so many movies.
Yeah, and the way I see it is like, never take my opinion as the gospel. Go see it for yourself.
Yeah,
I'm just giving my honest opinion on it. I mean, I'm not gonna hold back, and I'm not gonna sit here and tell you a movie is good if I don't genuinely think it's good.
Right. Yeah.
You know, I don't know if reviewers do that. I don't know if that's a thing, but it's not something I do. So.
Well, what's nice about your channel too is you're saying it in terms of your opinion. You're very much clarifying it's your opinion. You're not saying across the board, this movie's trash, don't watch it, and telling people what to do. That's a big difference, right? Like, you're saying what you're feeling, and you're saying, but I don't know what you feel or what you think, but this is what I felt. I think that's really cool. Really cool.
Oh yeah. Oh, this part is crazy. Using the head as the freaking trick or treat.
And the kids are like,
they're picking it out. They think it's fake.
Candy.
And like, before that, when we were talking, my favorite scene is when the mom comes in and she sees the child all like ripped to shreds and everything like that. That's crazy to see that. I can't imagine.
It's horrifying that he did that with this movie. It's like a
Look at the sword.
Oh, Jamie's talking about. Okay, I'm not sure where the comment was, but I'm going to post this comment. I'll be there for the June 1st, because that is Jamie's birthday bash.
Oh, nice.
So everybody's got to go to Jamie Hart's channel. Go sub now if you're not, because she's got a great channel too. And she's going to have a 50th birthday bash on the 1st of June. So we're all going to be there. Nice. Mark your calendars. Yeah. Very cool. I know she looks like she's like 30 tops. She said
my
she was
birthday's next month too. So it's my birthday month. Yeah.
Cool.
I'll be 34.
34. Yeah. All youngins. Same age as me. Wow, cool. Yeah, it's going to be fun. Those are fun.
Oh, yeah.
It seems like everyone's having their birthday like right now. I guess because it's summertime coming up, right?
I always loved that my birthday was summer. I never had to worry about like having a party at school or anything like that because the school year was already over.
I didn't. My birthday is on Remembrance Day, November 11th. So I never had to either because it was always a holiday and I wasn't in school.
That's awesome.
Yeah. No, I would have hated that too. They're like,
what is with this mom, man? She's so violent.
It's weird, right? It's weird.
She's violent. Yeah. The only thing I can figure is like she has a problem parenting these children. And...
We're watching Terrifier 2, man. It's on Tubi. Where are we at? We're at like an hour and 13. Yeah, an
hour and 15.
Hour and 15. There you go.
We're at the club scene. I guess that's what this is.
You're at the club scene. Maybe I'm a little bit behind here. Okay. Yep. Got it.
She's in her
wing costume.
Yeah, her costume.
Uh-oh. Yeah, that scene where he like mutilates that girl. Ugh.
The best scene in the movie.
Yeah. I kind of feel it did outdo the first film, you know?
Oh, by far.
Yeah.
Like because the whole room is like just filled with like blood and guts and like he's just totally like
it just keeps going on and on and on and on too.
And I just feel like with this movie, like his personality shows even more than the first one.
Yeah, absolutely. They put way more work into this one for sure.
I think so.
Yeah. These are good movies. I mean, people can rip apart and say the story and it was a bit too long and the sequences at the end and blah, 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 but they're still really good films.
Mm-hmm. Especially for like the budget and stuff that he had to work with.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't wait to see the next one.
I always say too, I feel like out of all genre movies, the two toughest genre of movies to make is horror movies and comedies. I think those are the two toughest genres to make. Because both are very subjective. Everybody has a subjective way of how they like horror and what they think horror is.
Right.
And what scares them.
Right.
And comedy is the same way. Like people have all different ways of like comedy and like the different kinds of comedy they like. So I think those are the two toughest to make, honestly.
Yeah. And comedy especially right now because everyone's offended by everything.
Right. So there's like nothing.
What do you do? Yeah. How do you make jokes? You can't.
Exactly. She's full out drunk.
She's whacked out.
They're both drunk.
Yep. Drugs and drunk.
Yes. Both.
A little bit. Yeah. Ashton says, I always go by Google user ratings instead of the movie rating sites. I hate Rotten Tomatoes.
Fair enough.
Rotten Tomatoes, like, it's It's never accurate. Like, ever.
It's just,
right?
I don't know. It's just strange on what they'll give good ratings and bad ratings. They'll sometimes give really good ratings to movies, and I'm like, okay, if that's what you guys feel, you feel like you liked it. I didn't like it, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't ever go by them, but I just always am very interested. Usually, the audience score is never near the critic score. I feel like.
Right.
I feel like it's always opposite. I always feel like the audience scores higher.
Right.
But I've also said this about movies too. I often wonder with people in movies, if you're someone that doesn't watch a lot of movies, are you easily pleased more? And because you're not a critic, like if you're not someone like us that critiques them, do you look over flaws, and do you feel like you only need certain things to satisfy you? You know what I mean? Like, there's people I know that watch movies and they don't watch a lot of them, and I feel like they like, because they don't like, they're easily pleased, I guess.
Yeah.
Because I know people that like, they'll rate a movie and they're like, oh, it's 5 out of 5. I loved it. Like, but they don't watch a lot of stuff, and like, it's just, I don't know. Yeah. I guess it just depends on the person too.
In that respect, like, let's say you're that person, you never go to the movies, and then you finally go to the movies, and it's like a really nice evening.
Right.
You're probably going to love that film that you saw just because you had a really nice evening experience, right? But you're not looking at it critically like we do.
Right. And I think that's kind of how, because if you think about it, most people, when they go to the movies, most people on average probably only go to the movies like probably 3 or 4 times a year.
Yeah.
Honestly, if you think about it, if you're thinking about people that are like regular users, or people that go, like me, weekly, it's got to be low. It's got to be like 10% of the population or something. Right. It can't be very high. And I would imagine that people that maybe go like once a month, they're probably couples that see something, go on a date or something.
Yeah.
And then there's other people that will just go see the big films. Like, they'll just go see the Marvel films and the DC films.
Yeah.
And that's all they'll watch.
Right.
So,
yeah,
it just depends.
On another question I have for you. Mm-hmm. Can you watch a movie without taking notes?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
I can't do that.
I can.
I'm analyzing the whole thing all the time. Unless it's something that my daughter chooses that's nothing to do with horror or nothing to do with anything that I would review, I can enjoy it and just watch. Yeah.
I think stuff that I've watched more than once and taken notes during it was the Shudder series that I'm covering, Slasher Ripper. I don't know if you've seen the series or you know what it is. It's on Shudder right now.
Okay.
It's called Slasher Ripper. It's 8 episodes.
Okay. You do series reviews too?
I don't normally, but they sent me that, and I was like, I'll check it out. And I've been doing recaps each week, but there's spoilers in it, so be advised of that. But I find, because I did my first like 3 reviews, and I just kind of did like my basic thoughts. You know how I don't spoil anything usually, but I found that it was really hard to tiptoe around stuff about the show, so I just started doing recaps. And the videos are a little bit longer because I'm literally recapping everything that happened. So, I've liked the series. I think you'll like it. It's got that slasher vibe, but it's in the it takes place in the 1800s.
Okay.
And basically, it's on its 5th season, but you don't have to watch any of the previous seasons to understand it, because each season is in a different time period. They use the same actors, but they have them in different roles. But yeah, I watched that, and Shudder picked it up the 4th and 5th season. So I gotta watch the 4th season eventually. But it's like a different thing each time. So yeah, I've liked it, and that's been interesting.
It's interesting. I thought about doing that before too, but I've just never had time to get into it. But I thought about it. Do you have to review everything they send you?
No, I just choose to usually.
Cool. Yeah, because you do them so fast. I don't know how.
Yeah, I just
It's because you're younger. That's why your brain works better.
I mean, with the slasher ripper stuff, I just pretty much recap it and I'll just throw in like a few little comments. But I just really write down the details. I usually watch the episodes more than once just to make sure that I get everything.
Yeah.
But they're not really long episodes. They're like 45 minutes an episode, so it's not that much.
Right.
So,
right.
Yeah, I don't know.
Down the road, will you ever like go back and revisit stuff that you've reviewed?
Sometimes. Depends.
Right.
I just have the list is like crazy, and then all like my physical media and stuff that I get, I have stuff that I haven't even watched.
Why did you choose to do all different genres of movies?
For me, like, well, I've always watched different genres.
Okay.
I always have.
Yeah.
I personally like doing it because I like throwing that variety on the channel because it gives people that, you know, if they like horror, I cover it. If they like kids movies, I cover it, you know. And just doing the different things, like it keeps that variety of the channel. So
yeah.
I've had people say, oh, well, I've never heard of this movie, like, because you've reviewed it, like, I'm going to check it out now. So,
yeah.
I think my channel, I really like to bring the awareness to smaller movies that people wouldn't know about.
Right.
Because, like I said, I don't think the average person literally watches that many movies.
As you?
Not as me, because I think, like, us in this circle, we watch the movies, but I think there are people I know that I know when they comment on my stuff that I know they're not watching as many movies.
Yeah. No.
And I've had some of them where they'll be like, I love watching your reviews, but I don't really watch a lot of these movies. But some of them you've turned me on to want to watch. So
yeah,
if I can do that, then as a reviewer, I feel like I've done something right to push somebody in that direction to go check out something they normally wouldn't want to check out, or maybe something that they think is their interest. So that's kind of how I take it out of it. But also, you know, I like the networking too, because everybody has a different style of how they approach their reviews, and how they interpret a movie. Yeah. So, I mean, I have buddies that I'll watch them and I hate it and they love it. So that perspective is always interesting to me. So.
Yeah, I wonder if I'll go that direction too eventually, of just reviewing everything. I don't know. I just keep going back to horror and I just can't get out of it.
I mean, like, if that's your niche, then go for it. I mean, like, for me, it just works that way. Like, it's just that's how I am. I like reviewing all the new stuff.
Yeah. He's freaking out. He's freaking out. Oh, no. I love his laugh. It's so crazy. He's so good at that.
And he just never speaks. Like, his like mannerisms are on point.
And he's not like that in real life at all. That's
I'm sure.
So, like, he just doesn't. It's so crazy how he can slip into that.
He just knows how to turn the switch on and off.
Yeah. Uh-oh. Run, little guy, run. Crawl, I mean. Oh, okay, comments here. Do. Cooking with cold-blooded care and Echo. I thought we resolved that already. We did it live on Nanette's the other day, and him and me and her. Oh, we were joking and goofing off and stuff so much, because I think sometimes people think he's serious when he's saying stuff like that, right? He's not. He's sarcastic and it's stupid and it's just dumb humor, and we get all into it. We go back and forth. I haven't laughed that hard in years. We laughed so hard that night. I literally had a coughing fit. I'm like to Abby, I'm like, give me candy or something. I need to I have to stop.
Mm-hmm.
So much fun though. Having fun with things and laughing is important in life, I think.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Ashton likes that channel. Some people just want to watch the world burn. Alfred the Dark Knight. There are some out there who are going to oppose and complain no matter what. I think she's talking about that movie that you reviewed that had all the drama on it.
Nefarious. Yeah.
Nefarious, yeah.
Yep.
But do you don't really recommend it?
It's, I guess, for me, it's on a religious aspect, but I think because the way they had the poster and the fact that they market it as a horror film, to me it's not a horror film, but to other people it may be considered more political.
Right.
Because I'll just tell you the basic premise. I won't tell you what happens or anything, but pretty much the premise is it's this detective who is an atheist is determining if somebody who committed murders is worthy of getting an electric chair or if they're mentally insane and they're not capable of being executed. That's what the whole movie is about. And it's pretty much him at this table interviewing a guy in a room, and they're going back and forth, and he's determining if he should be executed. That's the entire movie.
Okay, so it's pretty heavy.
So it's
pretty heavy topics then.
If it gives you any context, the people that made it are the people that made God's Not Dead and God's Not Dead 2.
That's what I heard, yeah.
So be prepared if you watch those movies or you know anything about those directors, that's what kind of movie it is. And I didn't know that going into it. I didn't know I don't usually look up who directs it. Apparently also it was based on books too, which I didn't know either. I didn't watch a trailer. Yeah. All I saw that it was on IMDb and it said the premise and it said it was horror. So I was like, oh, okay, I'll go check it out.
Right.
And then finding out that it was those directors and they had this different lingo, I personally, I'm sorry, I'm just not really behind that. If I knew that, I probably wouldn't have seen it.
Right.
So that's my bad for not looking it up, but I personally don't usually like to look up too much most of the time. I like to go in pretty blind.
Right. Yeah, no, that's fair.
But
so they marketed it really weird.
They marketed it very weird.
And it caused a whole bunch of drama, which was probably the point.
Well, what I noticed is a lot of the people that were commenting, I could tell that they're people, everybody was like, oh, it's like the best movie ever. It's so scary. And I kind of was like, okay, these are people that probably don't go to the movies, ever. I don't know. Because it's definitely a lower budget movie. And I also noticed that a lot of people that were supporting it and commenting, especially on Facebook, they were people that really follow the religious perspective.
This was on Facebook?
So I looked at the comments on Facebook of what people thought about the movie, but I did have people that came from Facebook to look at the review because I posted it everywhere because I was getting the traction. So I just kept posting it and I was like, oh, sweet, good. I'm getting I got tons of watch hours on it. So I was like, but everybody that was coming from Facebook, they were leaving nasty perspectives.
Right.
And one of the things
this is making more sense to me now.
Yeah. And one of the things that for me, I grew up being raised as Catholic,
right?
But I don't follow that religion,
right?
I've struggled for a really long time on what I believe as a person.
Right. Yeah.
And what I said in my review is the way that they marketed the film to me, I felt like they lied to the consumer from the outside that it was a horror movie. To me, I could see where somebody would call it a horror movie.
Right.
But from my perspective on watching horror, it wasn't horror.
Right. Yeah.
That's
what I've heard. Yeah.
That's my general opinion on it.
Yeah, that's frustrating. Yeah.
So it was, and the frustrating thing about it was there was one scene in the movie that really kind of, I was like, why do we need this in it? I understand that there's politics in movies. I totally understand that.
Right.
But there was a part in the movie where literally he walks out of the room and he says to him, well, I don't know what I'm going to do. As soon as he comes back into the room, they literally started talking about gun reform, atheists are being wrong, a bunch of like stuff, like just like political stuff. Like the school system's really bad. I understand there's a time and place for that. I really do, and I really understand that. But for what the subject matter of what we were focusing on,
right,
I just don't think the time and place was right for that. And people may disagree with me, but that's where I was like, okay, so this movie is trying, like the way that the movie was formed, it was formed in the way of saying it didn't look at both sides. It was like, this is wrong, you should believe this, this, and this.
Right.
And I didn't like it about it.
Yeah.
So, and that's just my opinion of it. Like,
yeah, I normally all this talk would be like, you know what, I'm gonna check it out, but I think I'll skip it.
Yeah.
Honestly, I just
and
I don't like when stuff generates that kind of stuff. It doesn't.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And I just don't like that because, like, I don't know. To me, like, I feel like if you're Christian, that's fine. I really don't have a problem with it.
Yeah.
But to try to force people to believe something, I just don't think is right.
Yeah.
I think, like, if you believe that, that's great. But, like, you can still be nice to people if they believe something else.
Yeah.
And what I've been noticing, and this just may be because some of these people, they have, like, traditional ways of how they feel Christian religion is.
Right.
I feel like because they were all judging me and saying, oh, well, you're atheist. You don't know what you're talking about. And I'm like, you don't know what you're talking about. You don't know what my religion is. You know what I mean?
Right.
But it's people on the internet, just how they are. But I feel like they were personally attacked by the fact that I didn't enjoy the movie because
were a lot of these people that were your regular, like, viewers?
It wasn't regular people. That's the thing.
Yeah, that's weird. See that, and I've heard that from a bunch. It's almost as though the whole thing was concocted and very much controlled when it got out there, even on social media and that kind of thing. From what I'm hearing, and I haven't seen it. I don't know, but it kind of sounds like maybe it was made that way, to get a reaction. I hate crap like that.
Yeah. So I just didn't appreciate how the movie went about it.
Right.
Like I said, if it was made to advertise that, but I felt like they masked it and hid it.
Yeah, that's what you're saying. Yeah.
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 And that's what bothered me about it. And
yep.
Yeah.
I'll skip it. I'll skip it because I'll get too mad. I don't like getting mad. I'm done. My days of like getting like fight.
And I don't. That's the other thing. I don't want to be in that situation in a theater where I feel that uncomfortable. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
I don't like that either.
That's how I was, and I'm not a person. And I even said it in the review. I'm not a person to sit there and point out every little thing and be like, "Oh, this is woke," and like I'm not like I don't. I'm the furthest person from politics. Like I just don't care. Like everybody here is very, like, United States. I don't know how it is in Canada, but everything in the United States is here. Is if you're red or blue, and I personally don't care. I just don't.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter to me. At the end of the day, I think if you're a good person, you believe what you believe. Like that's what you believe, and most of the time, things that you believe most of the time don't affect others, as long as you're not hurting someone personally.
Yeah. No, I'm going to say this really simply. I don't vote.
I don't now.
Enough said, right? That's my stance on the whole thing. So,
yeah.
Anyway, But I'm into activism and saving the planet and not cutting down all of our rainforest and vegan, but not in a way of like, you can't eat meat, you can't do blah 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 blah. Like I don't do stuff like that, but I'm all about that kind of stuff myself. Like, but anyway, we're gonna get.
I know we're getting off.
I don't vote. I don't. So yeah, I think I'll skip that movie.
But that's what it made me think about, stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I hear that, but almost like it forced you to think stuff like that. It forced you into those debates and arguments. That's not cool. I don't think that's that's no way to get a message across to make change or anything. I don't agree with that at all.
There was one other thing too that hurt me too, was they tried, the people that made the movie, they literally put on like Facebook, they're like, oh, they tried to sabotage our movie. They made it an R rating and there's nothing bad in the movie. And they said, and the critics made it really bad and tried to pan the movie. No, that's not it at all.
Yeah, no.
Like, just come on, man.
Yeah.
And like what they do is they're influencing other people to believe something that is such a false thing.
Sorry, that was just really brutal scene.
It rubbed me the wrong way. Like after watching it, I watched a video on like the directors, and they were talking about that. Oh, they made it an R rating. They tried to make it so nobody could see this movie. It's like, no, they didn't. You know what I mean?
No.
Like,
yeah.
Like honestly, to be completely honest, this is the last thing I'll say, Pat, and we'll get off of it.
Okay.
But the last thing, the thing is, the movie wasn't even advertised. I never saw anything about it until the week that it came out. There's never a trailer. I go to the movies every week. You're talking to somebody that goes to the movies every week. Never saw a trailer one time for it.
Yeah, it just popped out there. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah.
But anyway, I'm done talking about it. We'll go to the next subject.
Okay. So, did you see that kill? That was really brutal. Oh my god. Where are we?
We're at
140. Let's talk for a minute. Says, my advice: don't stress over negative comments. In my community, we normally respond with a thanks for your comment. Yeah, it's very true. Yeah, you just have to pick and choose your arguments. That's what I was told about raising my daughter. Pick and choose your arguments.
Oh yeah,
that works well in comment sections too.
This is true.
Yeah. Oh, Spinnaker says, I'm back. Did I miss it? Well, we're still watching. We're like, what did you say we're at? An hour and 40? Yeah. So we still have like 40 minutes left, basically. 37 minutes left. And we've been talking politics and movies and all kinds of stuff. So we didn't get, it's all good. I'm cool with that. I encouraged it, so we got our feelings out, and
I'm good. I just haven't had anybody to really talk about it, and I'm really quiet about that stuff.
Yeah, no, I hear it. Okay, Sean's not missing June 1st. Jamie just graduated high school. Yes, she did. Isn't
Congratulations!
Crazy? Yeah.
I feel like. You probably maybe different, but like for me, like I feel like it's, I don't know. High school seems like forever ago.
Oh gosh, yeah, totally. Although my daughter's in high school now, so reliving all of that. Oh, Cal. Hey, Cal. Sorry, I've been neglecting the comments. We were having a very heated political discussion on my channel.
So, Cal.
Cal. We're watching Terrifier 2. It's really awesome. We've got about 40 minutes left, though. Well, not quite. Maybe like 30 minutes now.
Mm-hmm. I do appreciate the practical effects in these movies, though.
In Terrifier?
Yeah, this scene is great right here with the bathroom and the blood everywhere.
I got a commercial right now, actually.
Oh, you do? Okay.
I'll catch you there in a sec. Okay, everyone's saying hi to everybody. I don't know what the heck is with StreamYard lately. You get so many comments, you start going down, and then it starts like jumping all over the place. I have that in all my lives lately. Sean saying, yeah, it's amazing how more money can give you more options to make a better film. but it's true. Like too hard for the first person to offer up the money since everyone is. Yeah, well, yeah, that's part of it, right? Totally agree with that.
Oh my gosh, this kill.
Okay, so she's running outside of the burning that building. The girl, like running for where? Okay, and I'm at 141. Is that where you're at?
I'm at 143.
Okay, I'll move ahead a little bit.
Oh man, so brutal.
Okay. Oh,
damn.
That's like awful.
Yeah, it is. Love the background.
Oh, Damien Leone. Shame on you.
The sick man.
Oh.
Eating the heart.
Oh boy. You know, there was the one kill in Terrifier 1. There's many in this one. There's many in this one.
Oh yeah.
That live up to that one.
I mean, like all these are really brutal. I mean, he threw the acid on her face.
Totally. Hey, man. Man's back. She was back 15 minutes ago because I'm slow. But hi, man. How was your dinner?
Yeah, what did you have?
What did you have for dinner? Okay. Hey, zombie 7979. That's cool too. I want to change my name. Damn it.
Yeah, I originally had my name as Ryan's Movie Reviews, and then I changed it to RWR.
Did you?
Yeah, because when you went to type in my name, it I don't know if you know, but you probably would know him, but it goes to this kid named Ryan, and he's like a little kid, and he's like the most popular kid on YouTube. Where he's like 10 or something like that, and he makes these videos.
Right, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so I had to change my name to RWR so it would populate for people to search if they wanted to search for it.
Got it.
That's why it switched.
Yeah, RWR is good. You know, a lot of people don't think about that when they do their channel names. Mm-hmm. And I get frustrated because I'll type in a bit of their name or whatever, and it doesn't pop up. You literally have to type in their whole name. People should think about that. Or weird stuff will pop up in the search. So you've kind of screwed your channel right from the get-go. Right?
Yeah, I've tried to keep it simple. RWR Movie Reviews. It's not too much to remember.
Yeah. No, it's good. Yeah. It pops up everywhere.
Yeah.
When you type it in. Oh, Ashton has to go for the night. Another great night being here. Had fun chatting. Big hugs to all. Till next time. Aw, thank you for stopping by. It's so much more fun with you here. Have a great night.
Have a good night.
Oh, and saying happy Mother's Day to all. Yeah, happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there. All the dads who are moms.
There you go. Mr. Mom.
Yep, Mr. Moms. Oh, I really lagged on the comments this time around. We talk too much. We talk too much.
I have a tendency to do that.
This movie, I knew it'd be a super fun one to do a watch party with, though. Because it's so action-packed. Oh, Sean's gotta go. Have a great night, Sean. Thanks for stopping by. I really appreciate that. Catch you on the next live.
Oh, I see in the chat, Zombie said, Ryan, what's RWR? So RWR stands for Reviews with Ryan.
Reviews with Ryan. I didn't know that.
Yep.
Oh, that was like initials. I didn't know that.
Nope, that's not my initials.
Reviews with Ryan. Okay, cool.
Man,
cool.
yes, she got that right. Could be Reviews with Ryan.
Man guessed it.
Yes.
Man wins. Man, you win. Oh, man. Ooh, a man had penne alla vodka, veal, and calamari. Plus, going to the city is always great. New York never sleeps. Oh,
she's in New York.
Nice.
Okay.
That's nice. She's in New York. Okay.
Gotcha. I've never been to New York, so I have no clue.
We should all meet up in New York. I want to go to New York. Be a long plane flight for both of us, though.
I think, honestly, it's only a couple hours, honestly.
Really? For you?
Yeah, I think so. Because I know my mom and them, they've traveled to Maryland, and it's only like an hour and a half flight.
Okay, that's cool. For me, it would be
a little bit longer, plus the time
probably
because you're in Pacific time.
Yeah, so it'd probably be a good 10 hours, I bet, to get there.
Something
maybe
like
longer even, unless there's more direct flights. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's a long way to go. Probably have to fly all the way to Toronto and then across the border too. So it probably would be like an overnight in Toronto, maybe. I don't know.
I've only been twice ever.
Philip says, Karen, don't worry about talking too much. It's fun hearing what others think. Awesome. I'm glad you guys are enjoying it.
Appreciate it.
I just feel like I neglected the chat a little bit. That's all.
I've done that a few times.
Man wants us to come to New York. I want all of us to go at the same time and go to some convention or something.
Yeah, I don't know why YouTube doesn't have that for like smaller YouTubers. I've always kind of like talked about that. Like, why don't they have that? Like,
conventions for smaller YouTubers.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, we're not valuable yet.
I guess so, yeah.
Zombie saying, Battery Life is ending. We'll watch this video tomorrow along with the movie. Karen, happy Mother's Day. Aw, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Well, thanks for stopping by. Have a great night.
Appreciate it.
And yeah, we'll see you guys soon.
See you then.
That's a cool zombie. I like that.
Yeah, if he made, I don't know if he did that drawing or what.
Cool. Okay, I'm caught up now. Now we're watching. I guess this is the point where everyone's dropping off, so maybe the movie is just a little bit too long.
It is longer.
I kind of liked it though because I wanted more. Like I just wanted it to keep going.
Yeah, I've done one other watch along before. I watched an older horror movie. I can't remember the name now.
Oh, you didn't do watch alongs yet?
I've done one.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Yeah, I've done one. Somebody else invited me on their channels probably like 4 or 5 months ago, and we did.
Right.
Man, I can't remember the movie. It was a movie in the 80s, but it wasn't like a known movie or anything like that. But it was a horror movie.
Right.
But it was an interesting watch. We were laughing with it.
That's cool. I do so many of them now.
Yeah, I see that you have like pretty much like a weekly one now. It looks like
I do a weekly one, yeah, and I'm fine. Like I'm gonna try to have guests on each week, just different people, hang out, super chill, you know. And if I have to do it by myself, that's fine too. Don't mind. But I've been going on other people's channels for doing them too. So
nice. Yeah, they seem like they're pretty popular.
They are, yeah. It's a good way to watch, and you end up talking about other stuff anyways. You don't talk about the movie, but we've followed pretty closely along with the movie, so that's cool.
Right.
Yeah, they're fun. It's just a little less intimidating than getting on a live and having to talk about subjects, that can be kind of harder to do. Depending on what you're talking about.
This is true.
Oh, man says she needs to watch the first Terrifier, then this one. Should I watch the first one tonight? Yes.
Definitely. I recommend it.
I would watch the first one and then this one.
Especially since like that'll help you learn the character.
Yeah. All Hallows Eve is the first one, but it's different. Not exactly the same. So it kind of stands alone. So you don't have to watch that one with it. But I kind of recommend watching that one too.
I need to watch that one. That one I haven't watched.
Yeah, it's very different. You'll probably have lots of thoughts on it.
Mm-hmm.
It's different, a different feel.
Right.
To me, it's like a low budget, creepier feel to it. But this one's more turning into like Art the Clown as this icon. So it's different in that way. So I kind of really enjoyed that because I like offbeat like stuff that's kind of random, like The Cleansing Hour. It's kind of like maybe not everyone's gonna love it, but it's like a gem to me. That kind of a movie. Whereas this is going to be a franchise.
Right.
There's going to be 3, 4, 5. There is.
Oh, yeah. This is going to... He's an icon now. So, like, you can throw this in with, like, Ghostface and... I mean, obviously different movies, but, like, you can put him up there with the bigger icons.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so... I still need to watch. Philip needs to watch both Terrifier movies. Okay, cool. People have been hanging out here and not even watching the movie with us. How cool is that?
That's good, yeah. That means we must be entertaining them.
Yeah. It was the politics. It was the political discussions.
I didn't mean to get on that, but...
No, I know. It's good. It's good. I saw All Hallows Eve because of the hype. See, I saw it after seeing these two, so maybe that made it different for me. Maybe had I seen it as the first movie, it wouldn't have been the same.
Yeah, I know nothing about what it's actually about, really, so that'll be good.
It's called All Hallows Eve, and I believe Damien Leone did the SFX, the special effects and makeup and everything in that film. It has Art the Clown, but it's a different actor. It's not David Howard Thornton.
Oh, okay.
So, but he still looks like Art the Clown. It still is Art the Clown.
Makeup wise and stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Art the Clown he's got this kind of supernatural essence to him, like there's kind of weird stuff going on. With that original film, it's definitely just a killer, like a crazy killer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To me. Philip says, love hanging out with the cool kids. We're the cool kids.
I appreciate it, Philip. Appreciate it very much.
Aw, man. We're hanging out because we love y'all kids. I know I love me some Ocean Chick, and I watch most of Ryan's reviews. That's very true.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Yeah, we love you, man. You're like the biggest fan. Can't wait for your channel to get fired up, too.
For sure.
She came up on my channel a couple weeks ago. Yeah. She talked a little. Got to hear her voice. It was very exciting. Yeah.
Very, very nice.
Yeah.
It's always cool when you can connect with other people.
Yeah, right?
Especially within the same concept, because
I
don't know about you, but for me, like, this is like the outlet to talk about movies, because I don't have a lot of people in my circle that watches movies. So this is like the thing for me.
Yeah,
so,
totally. Yeah.
Love to share that. And, I've even influenced, certain people like when I collecting and stuff. Like a few people have said to me, "You've inspired me to collect." I'm like, wow.
You have quite the collection too.
Yeah.
You have a lot. Like how many movies do you have?
So when I did my because I did 6 videos of my full collection, which obviously I've added on to it since then, I had almost 1,000 movies. So
awesome.
Yeah.
And you have like other people have like old stuff. You have like all the pristine, new, cool stuff with all the great covers too. So looking at yours is like,
yeah,
wow.
Steelbooks.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no like, you don't look at my collection and go, man, you just watch this genre or this genre. Like it's
all over
across the board.
Yeah. Yeah, so. That's cool. Do you have it alphabetized?
No, I do not.
It's just all on the shelf.
I did start alphabetizing my. I don't know if you've heard of it, but it's called Scream Factory.
Yeah.
Which is obviously a big boutique label. I have all their stuff alphabetized, like all the stuff they've released. I buy most of their releases. There are a lot. I find myself when I buy a lot of these older movies and stuff on 4K, I'm more prone to watch it by buying the physical copy than watching it on a streaming service because there's so many streaming services. But this forces me to watch it. So.
Right. Yet the other day I watched on Bryn Horror Hands channel. Mm-hmm. He's done a 2-part series, all the old monster movies. He's got all of them, right? Wow. I was like, wow, that's really cool. That's another, I don't do that on my channel, but I love watching those movies too. Because I grew as a kid, right? It was like they were always on. I watched all that stuff, you know? Godzilla, and he had like all the different kinds of tarantula movies, and
that's cool.
So much good but really gorgeous covers, and it was just really fun to watch. I was like, oh man, I got to check those out again. That would be a fun thing. I would probably sit and watch and not take notes and just watch for fun. You know? I don't know if you like those kind of movies.
It varies depending on what it is. I have some creature feature stuff. I watched last year. I watched Alligator for the first time, and I liked that.
Okay, yeah.
But I enjoyed
saw that one too.
Trying to think what else I've watched.
Attack of killer crabs and things like that. Those are fun. The giant leeches.
Yeah, it just varies. A lot of stuff I haven't like especially like some of the older like 80s movies, like something like that, I probably wouldn't know what it is, but I'm always willing to check it out and give it a chance.
Right. Politics, one of the things I hate is the fighting. Like, there are good and bad people on both sides. Unfortunately, the bad ones are loud, so they make both sides look bad. That was the conclusion we came to, right?
Yeah, and I would just to add to that, the other thing that I don't like is if you're into one side, everybody assumes that you believe every ideal that one side believes,
good point.
Which I don't like that. Because it's not
true.
Good
point. Yeah, great point. Being a vegan, I don't do the preach thing. I don't attack, and it's my thing, and I'm doing it, and I don't tell people what to do. I've told many people that, but you get crucified by that group if you think that way, right? It's like,
that's why I don't like it either. And then like the other thing I don't like is as a country when some like whether it's the blue or the red that's won. Everybody like is like ha like the Democrats won or whatever, and nobody's like for that 4 years nobody supports the president. Like, you know what I mean? Like, like it's so silly. It's so silly because like it's different. Like back in the older days, like, you know, like I don't know. It's just different. I feel different about it. I guess I think especially like after COVID and stuff, it's made me think a lot about where we're at, you know what I mean? So,
yep.
I just wish there was more supportive of each other rather than just being.
Well, you're supposed to work together. The only way you're going to make change is if you work together.
Right, and
you have to.
Yeah.
You can't. It's like okay, even saving the planet and the environment. Okay. Mm-hmm. It's unrealistic. Now oh my God, we're doing it again. So like, I would like a world where there's no pipelines and everything's not polluting the environment. Okay. For example, but it's impossible to suddenly stop everybody from driving cars.
Yeah.
Like, you can't fix things that way. It doesn't work that way. You have to all work together. So when you have a government that's one side or the other side, either side, you have a small body telling everybody how to do things. That's not possible. We're all, like, there's so many different kinds of people and views and opinions and things on the planet. It has to be working together.
That's because there's none of that. That's what I'm saying. Like,
that's how I feel about things too.
Because it is the way like that is, that's why there is a division. And it wouldn't be that way if there was more so thinking about what's good to change the world rather than just like if you're a blue or red. You know what I mean? Like, I think there's too much focus on that. Yeah. If you don't focus on that and you focus at the actual issues at hand that can possibly change the world, then it would change. But I think there's so much distraction that people forget that the bigger picture and the bigger issues that are at hand.
Yes.
And then you begin arguing about stuff that is just stupid to argue about.
Exactly.
And you solve nothing.
That's it. We're done.
That's it.
No, it isn't something that you can go crazy talking about, though, because there's just so much to it. But I think, for the most part, you and I are on the same page as far as that goes. And that's, enough said. But I get how people get super crazy and it turns into fighting and stuff. And I think it's really crappy that someone would create a film to generate that. It's like a cheesy way to do things. Right?
I would say it turns people off with the religious side of it.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's just how I feel about it.
Yeah. But that philosophy works on a lot of levels, like on a lot of things too. Not just government, like it works on the environment, it works on activism, it works on veganism, it works on so many levels. But it's just when are we going to modernize life to where we get over it and we start doing it differently and working together to make change and stuff like that? Like, is that ever going to happen?
I don't know.
That's the scary thought. And I think that's a large part of why a lot of people that are my daughter's age are deciding not to have kids and stuff, because they just don't want to bring them into this kind of a thing.
Environment.
Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, you're not quite there yet because your son's still a bit younger, but it's kind of how it is, They're like, they don't want to bother, and I don't blame them.
Yeah. It's just tougher these days.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah. What is Echo talking about now? Echo the Third. What happened to Echo the First and Second? Did someone kill them? What?
I don't know what they're talking about.
I missed something. Okay. Philip says, yes, Ryan, 100%. No idea. Maybe it was Karen. I don't know what they're talking about. But
I don't know either.
There. 100%. We got the right people in the chat tonight.
It's good. I'm glad nobody is getting mad at us.
I was like, why do you think Karen did it? Because she's a cold-blooded killer. It's a whole scenario going on here. Oh, this is fun. Okay, what's happening now? We won't ever be over it. To be over it would take money away from the greedy. Oh, well, that's a really good point too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I always forget that part because I hate money. People are always like, when you want to win the lottery and you have tons of money. No, I don't, because I think it makes people nuts. I don't want it. I want enough to pay bills and get by. And other than that, I hate money. That may be like stupid. And people are like, but if you had money, then you could use it for good or use it. Think about it. You're going to get $1 million tomorrow. What do you do with it? It makes you crazy. It's like, oh, do I give it to family? How much do I give? It just makes you crazy,
Yeah.
Right? Anyway, that's my thinking on that.
I mean, I could think of ways to help people with it, but
But on that level, like having that kind of mood and that kind of money, right?
Probably if I could change anything in the world, it would be that nobody could have like any diseases or like the biggest thing I think that I've ever seen is just like kids that have like diseases and stuff like that. That like breaks my heart. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, because like my son's 12.
Yeah.
And you see like little kids that have it. It's just always.
Yeah.
I never understand it.
Yeah, it's horrible. That's a horrible thing. Yeah, I agree.
It's all about money, winning, and power, and that sucks because I miss with priorities. What are some other things? Yeah.
Yeah, that's the point. And even religion and all that's kind of gotten the same too. Same kind of thing. Your dad and granddad were first and second. Man called me Echo the Third. Oh, okay, that's where it came from. Okay, that is funny. Philip saying true. Echo and Jamie. So true, Jamie.
This is nice house and solar panels. Actually, a few people in my neighborhood have solar panels.
Cool.
So it's a thing.
I want to make a joke there. I can't even think of anything. I'm sure there's a joke there. Oh, wow. She is so weird, that little girl.
She makes the movie, though. Like, she's just... she's great.
Yeah. Have you ever seen interviews with her?
No, I would love to, though.
Oh, sure. She's big as of his head. Are you at that part?
Yeah, I got that.
And she's laughing. So weird.
Mine just came up with the credits.
Did it? I'm almost there. We live in a secular country. Religion has no business being political. Churches pay no taxes, so how dare they make demands? That's all I'll say. Are those people that did the movie actually religious, though, or are they just people that did the movie?
So, the interview that I watched, it had them talking about how during like the filming, like apparently like the demon like tried to rig their set and stuff like that. They were saying like in an interview, I'm like, oh my god,
brother.
I
think they're just guys trying to make a movie that's like edgy and cause shit in the comments and with the viewers to draw drama to it so people will watch it.
Yeah,
right?
Well, because it didn't make any money really in the theaters. I think it made like $1 million or $2 million.
So it's backfiring on them anyway.
I think. Let me see. I could tell you.
Really and they want it to be a cult classic in the end.
I mean, box office it made $4.3 million. Let's see if there's a budget.
Isn't it just the two guys sitting at a table?
Literally, the whole movie.
Yeah.
Oh, it doesn't say budget on here, so I don't know what the budget is, but it says $4.3 million it made.
So they're just sitting there having the discussion. Is there lots of extra stuff happening?
He only goes out of the room. He goes out of the room twice, and then there is one other scene. Do you want me to spoil it and just tell you, or do you want me to just
ask people in the chat? Because I don't care.
If nobody cares in the chat, I'll spoil it. But
do you guys care about spoilers for that movie?
If people care about it, I won't say it. So I'll let people decide.
Echo said religion is a topic I will never touch. Last time I did, I got someone mad and they screamed at me for talking about or bad about the church. Yeah, I never talk about that stuff. I don't know why we got political. Oh, we didn't. We talked about the movie.
Yeah.
No, we didn't. We got political. We did a little. It's okay.
Not that bad.
Okay. If everyone's mad, I'm just going to send them to your channel. He made me talk about it.
More bad comments.
Oh, Ryan can clarify that for you. You just go to his channel and talk to him. He loves talking about this stuff.
I honestly think out of any video I've ever made, that video has gotten more dislikes than anything.
I'm definitely watching your video. I'll tell you that right now. I won't watch the movie, but I'll watch that video.
I honestly don't think I was that mean towards it, though. But apparently people thought so. It wasn't even a long review, too. It was only like 5 minutes.
No, from what I've heard, from other people that have done it, I think there's just this weird group that's going around and like attacking.
Oh yeah.
That you didn't really say anything. Yeah.
I'm really one of the few that even reviewed it. Like I follow quite a bit of people, and not many people even reviewed it. So. Right.
Cody Leach reviewed it.
I know he did,
and he was saying about it.
He trashed it, and he got a lot of hateful comments.
Yeah, he doesn't care though.
He doesn't.
I kind of like that, like just whatever.
Yeah,
but no, I get it. Like it's stressful though, like because there's always that one person that will say that one thing that's going to get in under your skin and just drive you crazy, and so that's why it's not like you got into it without you didn't even know it hit you, but to dabble in it and push the limits, I wouldn't recommend that because that's you got to really be able to just shut it off, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah. Go ahead, go for it. Man says, and the boyfriend is always the killer or the weird kid. What? I think the girlfriend wife was the killer a few times. Okay, yeah. So they're saying go for it. Spoil it.
Okay, so pretty much the entire movie, like I said, is the detective is an atheist.
Right.
And he's interviewing this prisoner, and he's just deciding if he should be executed or not.
Right.
And they just have this long conversation, and he says to him, like, hey, by the time this session ends, you're going to kill 3 people, is what he says. And they do it by, like, saying sins and stuff. So, like, he finds out that his girlfriend had an abortion, so they try to say that abortion's wrong in the movie, of course, because that's what their points are. Yeah. And then the ending of the movie pretty much... The other thing I didn't like about the movie, and I said this in my my review, is I thought that he kind of overacted. Like, I understood that he was the demon. He was trying to say, like, he was the demon. Because there were points in the movie where he would do certain, like, things, like he would twitch, or he would, what are you going to say? Like, he would just do, like, a lot of different movements in his face and stuff. And there's one point where they throw him in the cell, and they say, like, he's going to get his last meal, and he doesn't, and, like, he's crying and stuff. And pretty much, like, the ending of the movie is literally they put him in the electric chair, and they electrocute him, and the first time, like, he's still, like, alive, and, like, he's not dead yet. So then they go to up, like, the electricity in the chair or whatever, and they pull it again, and then he's, like, foaming at the mouth, and, like, the end of the movie is him, like, foaming at the mouth. He's dead, and literally the detective guy, he literally pulls a gun, and he's acting like he's going to shoot everybody in the room because they're trying to prove a point talking about, like, gun reform and how we shouldn't have guns and stuff like that.
Right.
That's another thing that they brought up as well.
Right.
And after that scene, it literally cuts to him interviewing about his book that he made about this experience, and he's on a talk show, and that's literally how the movie ends. So.
Oh, yeah. Weird.
But there's no, like, even though this guy is particularly the demon that he's trying to decide, there's no jump scares, there's no blood, there's no gore.
Right.
There's no, like, violence or anything. It's just, like, him doing, like, subtle movements and doing different things, like, in his voice, or, like, he'll stutter, or he'll show, like, a different emotion or something.
Right.
But that's the movie. Like, for some reason, like, it really resonated with these people. But I think a lot of the people that it resonated with, they either had some type of religion, aspect towards the movie, like they're hardcore Christians, because it seemed like the comments that I was getting was more so because they were hardcore Christian or whatever.
Right.
And it seemed like it was a lot of people that followed the directors, and there was some Christian show or something that was promoting it or something.
Right.
And people really seemed to really like be behind them or something. That seemed like that's where their supporters were. It just didn't work for me much as a movie. I didn't find it to be horror, really. I mean, I guess you can say there could be some horror points within the religion aspect and how certain things in the world is horrifying. Like, I understand that, but I don't consider it to be a horror movie. That's just, it's masking it to be, in my opinion, a horror movie for things that are horrible in the country, but it's not really a horror movie. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
and it's not generating discussion or thought about a movie, how the movie was made, or the story, or any of that. It's generating discussion over this was stupid.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody's kind of arguing over that. No, it wasn't stupid, because they had all these points that they were trying to make. Yeah, it was stupid. Like it, because it doesn't sound like there's much of a movie there. Oh
no, it's literally it's literally this guy that's an atheist talking to somebody that claims he's a demon, in a cell, like the entire movie. Like I didn't understand where people are like, it's amazing. It literally, the people that are commenting, they either had some type of religious background, or they knew these directors, or they're very religious, or B, they don't watch a lot of movies. And I mean, it was because there were people that were commenting on the Facebook comments. They're like, oh, I loved it because it didn't have any like cussing or blood or gore. And I'm like, okay, yes, you're one of those people that never goes to the movies. I understand. And that's fine. If that's what you like, that's great. But that's where I go back on the saying about people in movies. Like, certain people, they're very easily satisfied because they don't go to movies. So I think it was those people that truly liked it, and that's fine if that's what you like. But I can definitely tell from somebody that goes a lot versus somebody that, obviously we're like, oh, it's like the best movie ever. Like it's obvious that they don't go. You know what I mean? That's just how I viewed it. But I'm not against anybody that liked it. If you liked it, I even said to people in my comments, even some of them that said they liked it, that's great. I'm glad it worked for you. Like, just,
but it didn't for the most part. It sounds like, I don't know, but I think I'll skip it. Man, I don't know, not my thing. Doesn't sound like there was much to it, so why would I waste my time on it? Like,
And it's funny, I even had somebody that said, man, you spoiled the movie. And I'm like, I didn't spoil nothing. It's literally two guys talking in a room. I mean, what is there to spoil? You know?
You spoiled it. You did it.
I mean, that's just how I felt about it. I don't know.
That's totally fair enough. And I heard other reviews like that. And from what I'm hearing, there's nothing in there that's making me go, maybe he's wrong. I think I want to go see it. It sounds pretty...
it's basic. It's a basic story, and it's a lower budget movie too, which I get. I understand. It's not a big budget movie. Okay, that's fine. And you don't have anybody. I don't think anybody in there is like a primetime actor or anything like that. I'm pretty sure. I've never seen any of them.
No.
That's fine if people like it. Great, but
well,
whatever.
They tried. They tried. Here's where it is, and that's that for that. And we talked all kinds of political stuff because of it, even on my channel. So it did, on some level, it did kind of work a little bit.
Right.
I guess. I don't know. We talk about that stuff all the time anyway, so whatever. I think I'll skip it. And it's not just because of what you're saying. I've heard other comments and stuff about it, so
okay.
I don't know.
So I
wasn't that keen on it. I kind of wrote it off like a week ago or whatever. So
I gotcha.
Yeah, it's all good.
Okay.
Yeah. But if people do want to see it and they liked it, that's fair enough. Yeah, absolutely. Because we can't, we say that about all movies. Like, go watch it for yourself and decide.
If that is your entertainment and it floats your boat, by all means.
Yeah.
I'm just giving an honest review on what I thought. That's the way I look at it. And and even though I'm giving the honest thought, it isn't in an assaulting way. It's just how I felt about it.
Yeah. Yeah. So you just don't quite get it. And you're saying how it made you feel too. You're being honest about that too. You're not. Yeah.
And people need to realize that they all have different opinions on it. I think as long as you're not being disrespectful and you're being open-minded, I don't see how you're, how it really is that bad in the end. But,
Yeah. You'll never find out. It's always a mystery. You should that's what your merch should be, Echo. Some movies man still watches even if others don't like them. Oh, yeah.
No problem.
100%. Totally. But it has to be something that interests me a little bit, though.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I say, normally talking about a movie in depth like we did here tonight about that movie would make me want to go, I kind of want to see it,
Right.
But it's not doing that for me just because of the stuff that you're saying it made you feel. And that I don't want to do that. Like, yeah. And if people are fighting and attacking each other over it and that kind of thing, I'll skip it. I don't need that kind of stress. I got so many movies I have to watch that, I don't have time to do that. And if it's going to get me all riled up like that, no thanks.
Yep.
No thanks. Oh, yeah. She gets 20%. This is her man's thing. So she keeps coming up with these ideas for us about titles and names and stuff, but she's trying to get her cut, right?
I gotcha.
Smart thinking. Yeah. She came, we're going to Nanette on Nanette show on, I think Wednesdays. Me and Nanette and Echo are going to we're doing Evil Dead, the remake, and then we're going to carry into the series, right? For the next 2 months.
Wow.
So anyway, we're going to do that. So she came up with the name Nanette's Dead Necessities.
Nice.
And then she was like, 20%. So anyway, yeah, she gets a cut of that. So that's me. Just come up with the ideas. Yeah, I absolutely agree with that. Hey, Jonas, we're still here. We've watched the movie. What did everybody? Oh, nobody watched it. We were the only ones. So what did you think, Brian?
By us, I guess.
Yeah, we talked about all kinds of cool stuff. So this was really fun. I'm glad we did this. I remember the first time I went on your live, I was so nervous.
I remember
to do that. Yeah, because we were just starting to do lives. Like, people weren't really even doing them yet. So it's crazy. So funny when you start doing them now. It's like nothing, right? Just pushing the buttons.
It's just a chill thing. It's not meant to be like too crazy.
Yeah, super fun. So yeah, that's where we're at. Oop. Nanette bought those devil horns, and I told her to wear them for those streams. Oh, cool. Okay. I should do something like that too. I did the photo shoot with the contact lenses. I did the colored contact. Never again. Those were so hard to put in and take out. Nothing like anyone said it was going to be at all. At the end, because I did a shoot and I was like, it took me probably 3 hours to get them in and get them out.
Wow.
And at the end, I was like, they're not coming out. They're fused to my eye.
Yeah, I think if I had to wear choice between glasses and contacts, I go glasses. I wouldn't want to do contacts.
Contacts is different. And my eyes were kind of irritated for a couple of days after. Like,
I hear that all the time.
And I don't mind touching my eyes like that. I do makeup and stuff, so it doesn't bother me at all. But it was not a good experience. So, and then I heard on a, like for horror movies, this one girl, I forget where it was, she was talking about doing the contacts and doing the fake blood in the eyes, and that it is so painful to do that. Now I'm looking at all these movies and I'm like, wow, awesome. that you had the contacts and you did the blood and you did the whole thing for the whole movie. Like that little girl in Terrifier 2 with that look, kudos to her, because wow, that was probably really hard to do that.
Just the little things like that you don't realize what really the tough work they have to do in the movie.
Yeah, totally.
Like we have no clue as the audience.
We don't. We absolutely don't. It was a fun ride even without watching it. Awesome. Nobody what? This is a long movie. Just
I'm glad we entertain them. That's all that matters.
Yeah. Totally. That's hilarious because everyone's always worried about the timestamps and things matching up and structuring the stream and what we're talking about and staying on topic. It doesn't matter. Talk politics and everybody hangs out. Nobody cares.
That's very true.
Yep. Say something controversial and they'll just hang out. We're gonna get tweeted out like crazy. Have all this hate email coming to us. Do you know what they said? Do you know what they were talking about on their stream?
They talk about that Nefarious movie.
Yeah. Evil people.
Oh man.
Yeah. Anyway. Well, guys, I know it's late for you guys on the East Coast, so I guess we'll wrap it up now.
Sounds
good. I want to thank everybody in the chat for hanging out and not even watching the movie. That is so cool. I love you guys.
Yeah, seriously.
My God. So fun. I'm going to be doing another live on Saturday next week. I don't know what yet, though. I still have to figure that out, but I will be here. We'll have something fun to show. And I'm going to be on Nanette's Necessities Witching Entertainment Hideout on Wednesday with Echo. We're doing Evil Dead the remake, so that'll be a lot of fun. I will also be on Gorephobe's channel on Tuesday, and we're going to carry on with The Dentist 2. We're doing a watch party for that, so that'll be a lot of fun because that movie's really cool. The effects and stuff, very, very cool. And I don't think he's seen that one yet, so that'll be very fun. What are you going to be doing?
I have a bunch of videos to record yet. I did I watched a movie called Hypnotic with Ben Affleck. Got a review on that. A kids movie called Road Rally Racers. I'll be doing a review on that.
Cool.
Might be doing the final episode of Slasher.
Okay.
Gotta record that.
Yeah.
Bill Was Afraid. Got a review for that.
Right.
And my last review of a review for a movie called Paint with Owen Wilson.
Okay, cool. Wow, you got lots of stuff coming up. Those will all be dropping next week?
Hopefully. That's the goal.
Even if you only do 2 of those, Ryan, that's massive. That's huge. That's awesome. That's worth subbing to your channel for right there. That's awesome. Okay, well, yeah, guys, if you're not, go sub to his channel because really, really great. I get a lot of my inspiration for like stuff to watch from him. I've reviewed a lot of things that he suggested. And yeah, or just ideas for things to check out or watch or not watch. Yeah, all your own decision. But yeah, this was so fun, and you're welcome back anytime.
Awesome. Yeah, I appreciate you having me on, and
yeah,
look forward to whenever next time I'm on here. So
yeah, happy Mother's Day to your wife too.
Thank you.
I'll
relay the message to
her letting me take you away for a couple of hours this evening because that's really cool. And when you said you were going to do it, I was like, oh, yes, right on. This is going to be so fun. Yay.
Oh, yeah, of course. Anytime.
Yeah. She needs to do a watch. Oh, stop, Echo. This Bulk, The Amazing Bulk. It's like some weird Hulk rip-off movie thing that he won't even watch. We're not doing it. I'll do it if you watch with me, Echo. And he'll say no. So, whatever. Mayanne says, Happy Mother's Day, Karen, and all the mothers in here. Thank you, Mayanne. And Happy Mother's Day to you too, Mayanne. Okay. Well, yeah, thanks, guys. And we will see you very soon.
All righty. Peace
Okay.
out.
Have a great night. Bye.
Later.